All right, I think we're live. Hello, are we live?
What's up?
And can you hear us now?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me over here?
There we go. Uh-oh, here comes Riddick. Riddick's joined the party. Hello. Can you hear us? Meow. Let's see who we got up in here. Tammy Rose, Matthew, there's Manny, LC Manny, Carol Brown, Purple Haze, Doc Holiday, what's up, Doc? Steph Snow, Living My Rhapsody, Legal Jedi, Aaron, Bobby. Damn, they're flying by. Hello. Melody, Lo Horton. I'm sorry, Tammy Rose, JJ52. I don't recognize that name.
No.
Welcome, JJ52, Rob Green, Matthew Hernandez.
Seen a couple new names.
Justin L. Trey Hardy, Dennis, Diane, Heir to the Iron Throne, Zara. Damn, there's a lot of people flowing up in here. It's the chat is moving. So hello, guys. How are you guys? Everybody good? Everybody had a good weekend?
Yeah, good to have you back, Carol Brown.
Alrighty. So let's see. Before we get started, I guess we need to. I was trying to think. Was there something we needed to say? I can't remember. Besides the giveaway. So we have the giveaway.
Well,
stuff.
you can introduce our new friend.
Oh yes. I did this on the Twitch stream last night. Doc Holiday, and I know a lot of you love the. But we got a new mouse. New gaming mouse. It's not.
He's so quiet.
He's quiet. He's just so quiet. So yes, we have a new gaming mouse. That's for gaming stuff on the Twitch channel. But anyway, I had to show it. We had to show it off because everybody laughs at my old ass mouse. It's so loud. Hello, Cap, Stacy, Ninpolite, Donna Lang. Who did you read a minute ago that found an old Star Wars video?
Yes. It was. I think it started with an M.
Old History of the Sith video. That was the biggest video on my channel for a long time, oddly enough, because anything I do is not Game of Thrones. Thank you, Johnny. Welcome, Johnny Morowski. I don't recognize that name either. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed in the little jar there, the little Sundrop cans. That's what I use on Twitch for my emoticon. I changed over stuff like donations and super chats to Sundrop cans.
I love it.
So they're going to drop in the jar now. Anyway, so I thought it was pretty cool.
Dang, I don't see them. It must have gone away. I can't go back that far.
Yeah, that far, yeah.
But that is cool. They said, I stumbled upon your channel when you were telling me about the history of the Sith.
Ah, very cool. That's been 2 years. 2 years ago, or more, actually, probably. But yeah, that was the biggest video on this channel for a while. All right, so yeah, let me thank a couple people really quick on. Let's see, where was I at? Where did I have my? Oh, that's over here. Let's see, Rob Anderson, thank you for subscribing just now.
Thank you, Rob.
Randy, I see your super chat. Get to that in a second. Also, Nim Polite. Thank you to Noah Calvert for subscribing. Mayor Monaco. Dondrup, Doma, I believe. Thank you. Matthew Motts. Matthew Hughes. Mark Wilkins. Jiffy 2000. Jiffy J 2000. Kassar. And Mladen, I believe. And Fairy Goddess of War, I believe that is. And that's as far back as it goes for now. So thank you for subbing.
Very cool.
And I did see a donation that I don't remember from last week from Tree. So I wanted to acknowledge this just in case I don't remember reading this. But Tree had donated $10 last week. So thank you, Tree. And it says, "Hi guys, how do Craster's baby sons grow up if they're all dead? Love your channel." So I just want to make sure, I don't remember reading that.
I don't either.
So I wanted to throw that out there. So I guess they don't die. I guess they grow up as White Walkers, or the question is, do they instantly overnight morph into this White Walker with a beard? You know what
We've
I'm saying?
talked about that several times.
Or does it take
off camera.
years and years? You know what I mean? I don't know. If it takes years, then he's been hanging around Craster for quite a long time. You know what I mean?
That's
to,
right.
To get his army to grow up. So yeah, that's still an unanswered question. We just don't have any information. But before we get to the other stuff there, we have a giveaway to do. So what we said was we have two winners to pick from 2 each, I believe it was. Is that what we said? 2 each? Or was it mag and then 2 each? Or either, any of the other 2?
And a T-shirt.
And then the T-shirt.
Yep.
So we have 2 winners, and you get to pick whoever messages me first on the back end of my channel. So you go to the channel, go to the About tab, and send me a message there. Can pick for 2 pops. And so it's just kind of first come, first serve who gets what. And then also James is throwing in a T-shirt.
Yes. So when you message him, say the size and,
yes,
name a few colors you'd like, and I'll try to put it together for you. Get Brooklyn right on that.
All right, so let's draw our winners. So in case people watch this back, they don't have to watch the entire stream. Although I should make them. I should do it at the end. And at least you have to fast forward.
Hell yes.
Because this, also really quick before I do this drawing, I just was talking to James about this. Live streaming actually hurts the channel in the long run. So I'm thinking
terrible.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But it when it posts as a video right after the initial, like during the process of streaming, it's great. It does great. You get views and all that stuff as far as all the algorithms crap you have to deal with YouTube. But once it posts as a video, a few people do watch all of it, but most people do not. They watch very low percentage of it, and actually hurts the channel the rest of the week. So. And these looks like these little single solo kind of quick question videos are doing pretty good as far as analytics go. So we'll keep that up for sure. But we I don't know if we'll start this next week or some other. But we may start streaming on Twitch because that's what it's for. It doesn't hurt you, and then I can post individual questions on YouTube as well from the stream. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just throwing around in my head right now. So.
Or we do have to really shrink these down time-wise.
Yeah, you'd have to do 15 minutes.
15-minute live stream, and come on, you guys don't want that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not sure yet, but either way, you can follow me. I'm already over there. I've already got a gaming channel there, but you can do anything on Twitch. You don't have to do gaming, so we can do exactly the same thing on Twitch with the chat and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna think about that. I'm not 100%, but the link's in the description to follow me on my Twitch channel anyway. So we may end up doing that. Now, obviously, we wouldn't completely go away from live streaming here during the season, obviously, and then every once in a while it doesn't hurt. But when you do it every single week, it starts promoting. The videos are not being promoted right as much.
Yeah, kind of. Actually, if you don't mind, you can do this really quick. Tell them exactly how that works. How it could hurt your channel.
Well,
you've been following this trend for a while.
And I've been trying to keep up.
It's the real deal. It does hurt.
So. When it posts as a video and people see it's a 3-hour video, they won't watch it, most people, in the first place. Now, some will, and some watch it all the way through. I know a lot of you guys have messaged me saying, I'll watch it the next day, the whole thing. And that's fantastic, and all that counts as watch time. But the majority of people obviously won't click on anything over 5 or 10, maybe 15 minutes on any video.
That's right.
Unless it's, you're sitting down to watch a documentary, but we're talking about the masses here. So once it posts as a video, it's 3 hours long, typically. So if they watch 10, 15 minutes of it, that's great for watch time. Is everybody that watches 10 or 15 minutes, that adds up. But the percentage is so low of 3 hours that YouTube thinks that video sucks.
Yeah, people.
The algorithm sees it as a bad video, so it doesn't get pushed out as much. It actually stops anything else from getting like in the related videos and all that kind of stuff. And
that's the key, right? And that's what I was wanting you to say.
Exactly.
The fact that it affects other videos.
It affects other videos, the entire channel. So anyway, just something to think about. I don't know if we'll figure something out either way, and I'm not going to stop live streaming by any means, we'll figure out one way or another to do it.
I think you got a good solution.
Yeah, Twitch is for that. There's no algorithm that hurts anything. Watch time doesn't. It's a different platform, but it's easy. It's free to sign up, and you can still do the same exact kind of streaming. So we'll see. We'll throw it around.
So you guys are going to maybe see a change. We just want to educate you on what's happening behind the scenes.
And believe me, and even if we started like the weekly stream on Twitch, it doesn't mean that we wouldn't still stream occasionally here, because occasionally won't hurt a thing. Yeah. But every single week when that video is being seen is not being watched by the algorithm, then it actually stops everything from being promoted, the whole channel. So that's why we're thinking about it. Anyway, love you too, Charlize.
All you Americans that are watching and we'll watch this, you have till the 17th Get those tax returns done.
Oh, damn! I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell's going on? The taxes. Yes, don't forget the taxes. Luckily, I got my shit done. Did you get your shit done?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
I just got one more to do for a buddy tomorrow. Hey, somebody's saying, let's see, 42 is the answer. Says James loved the hat too. My dad was in the Air Force. Yeah, so I'm wearing this because I was thinking.
I was going to ask you. I don't
All right.
remember seeing your Air Force.
Yeah, this is actually Landon's.
Oh, okay. So you stole your son's.
So I was just wanting to see how it shows up because look, there's 4 letters.
Yes.
2 of them have to be a U and an S. So if I rip these off and then embroider D and a T on the other side of the U and the S, I'll have a dust beanie, a dust cap.
Oh,
and,
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, okay. I see.
Nah,
that.
I just want to see how it showed up because this would be pretty cool if I did have something made.
Did a dust. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. And I got other shit to put on the Teespring store, by the way. Speaking of merch stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
But
earlier.
there's phone cases on there now, and there's a bunch of other shit, but it won't. It's broken. The damn site's broken when I try to upload my same artwork. And anyway, I'll figure all that out. Okay, let's do the winner. Let's do 2 winners here. Let's do 2 winners here, and then we'll get to questions. We're rambling and shit, and people are like, I thought we were here to talk about Game of Thrones. So, let's see here. All right, here we go.
Ready?
The first winner, all right, actually, wait a minute. It's going to draw them both at the same time, so we're going to have 2 winners.
Okay.
Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Drum roll, please. The winners are... All right. We have Brittany Stapish, and Ricky Gerard. Gerard.
Congratulations.
So, congrats, Brittany Stapish, and I will just say from South Carolina. And looks like Ricky is from Texas.
That's cool.
So, yes.
Ricky spells his name with an E, like Ricky
Yes,
Henderson,
and I recognize Ricky's
player.
name. I recognize Ricky's name for sure. So, and here's what Brittany got it off of subscribing. So, thank you for subscribing, Brittany. That's the actual entry that got you the win. And
Very
Ricky
cool.
got it for following the Facebook page. So, very cool. So, Brittany Stapish and Ricky Gerard, please hit me up on the back end of the channel and then verify your email address and all that so I can see it's you, and I will send those out. And whoever hits me first gets to pick. You get the first choice from the pops. So yes, do that, and I will get those out ASAP. So congrats to Brittany and Ricky. Alrighty. Is Ricky or Brittany in here? I'm just curious. We never have the winner in here, I don't think. Like, rarely. I think we did one time.
Yeah, we have Ronnie, Bobby, and Mike, but not Ricky in here.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. I like the girl. Who cares who you like? Cool it now.
Got to cool it now.
Ooh, watch out. You're gonna lose control. Oh, sorry. New edition. All right.
Look,
so,
Brittany is here. Congratulations, Brittany.
Oh, awesome. There she is. Brittany is here. There she is. I see her. Congrats, Brittany. Congrats. So yeah, hit me up on the back end of the channel. Again, for both of you, Ricky and Brittany, go to About, and then you'll see a message. Send me a message on the back end of YouTube. That way I don't get lost in emails and all that kind of stuff as far as like spam and shit like that. So anyway, congrats. Thank you, Judith. Congrats on 61K, guys. That's amazing. For next birthday, I'll have you 100K or something equivalent on Twitch. I don't know. Thank you, Judith. That was pretty cool. I'm so excited about it, but at the same time, I hit 60K in January, and that's what we're talking about with the live streaming, because it took that many months to get 1,000 more, and quite a few were lost too. So that's what's going on with YouTube right now. That's the whole idea behind the Twitch idea, anyway, as far as at least the live stream portion. I'll still make damn near daily videos here because those are fun. But anyway,
Brooklyn Girl 67 says 39K to go.
That's right, 39K. We're closer than we are.
That's right.
We're well over halfway.
And we'll get that
well
reveal.
Halfway. That's right. I wish we'd hurry up and get there. I'm tired of wearing this damn hat. It gives me a headache. Let's see. Herb Coswell Q&A. Can't stay too long. Got to work tomorrow. But did you get my email regarding HC the second? I did not, Herb. I have not seen an email. I'll check though, unless you're talking about like right now. No, I have not seen an email from you, Herb. I'll check the spam though, but I've gotten stuff from you before. All right, so
Charlize is back. She said she missed us.
yeah, that's
Good
what
to
I was
see
saying
you.
a minute ago.
And did I lose weight? I did, and I found it again.
Same here. Same here, exactly. Okay, let me grab these pictures. Oh, thank you, Celine. Celine, super chat. Give Riddick a kiss from me, Chris. Hey, James. Thank you,
Hey,
Celine,
Celine.
the OG mod in the house. I'm glad you stopped by, Celine. Thank you. And I'll get the other ones in just a second. Let me grab these Patreons really quick.
Okie dokie.
All right, Hoonjive. Thank you, Hoonjive, on Patreon. Which panels
Thank
you guys going to be on at Con and Protostark? So drink up.
Yes.
Okay, here's my panels, and Carol actually has the link to this, and it's out there now. You can go to conofthrones.net, and you can find this stuff now. I am on Beyond the Wall, right? It's After the Wall. So it's one called After the Wall. It's like speculation now for the show only. I think this was show only panel.
Very cool.
Like what's happening now, the wall's falling. Season 8 predictions, in-game predictions. So that's kind of almost the same thing, but separate. So in-game predictions, Beyond the Wall, or After the Wall. I keep saying Beyond the Wall. I'm on Ned Stark panel with Steven Stark, who asked me and Val and Tarzan to be on that panel talking about Ned and his is he really that honorable, that type of thing. So a Ned Stark discussion. And one more, what am I forgetting? I can't remember. I'm on 4, though. I can look it up here, actually. It's on my phone still, I believe.
And I'm on 2 while he's looking that up.
Yes.
I'm on 2. I am on Love in a War of Fire and Ice.
The Love panel.
And exactly. And then a one about Tywin Lannister. Power of Tywin
Oh, yeah,
Lannister,
that's right.
or
That's right.
like that. I think one's on Friday, one's on Sunday.
Okay, yes. Here we go.
So here we go.
Here we go. So here is the schedule. I believe this is official, and it could possibly change. So on Friday, May the 25th at Con, I am on The Wars to Come, Season 8 Predictions and Speculation. So that's at 2 p.m. on Friday, May the 25th. And this is all on the website, so James, you're writing it down. You got to have everything on paper, don't
I'm crazy.
you?
I know.
It's on the website. Saturday, May 26th, 11 a.m. After the Wall. That's the one I just talked about. 3 p.m. that same day on Saturday the 26th, the Deadpool. This is a speculation on who's going to survive. So this is the Deadpool. That's where the character Deadpool gets his name. He had a similar story. And then Sunday, May the 27th, remembering Ned Stark on James's birthday, and that's at 3 p.m. So that's all on. You can go to the Con of Thrones website, conofthrones.net, I think it is this year, and see all that. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be on, and you are on the Love panel and Tywin panel. And did you look up your times? I don't know. I guess that's on there too.
I was in a body cast all weekend.
Yeah. Body cast. LC Manny, thank you, LC Manny on Patreon. Chris, loved the live stream. The side effect, the chaos was so funny, but Tarzan buzz killer. That whole thing was a cluster, Manny, because the game didn't work, so it was just like, all right, what do we do now?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we apologize. We'll have that we'll have it straightened out next time we do a live stream.
That's
sure.
right.
We'll test it properly. Thank you, Randy Suimatsu on Patreon. Happy Sunday, guys. I just wanted to say thanks again for getting us through the long night, and especially for these streams. Between you guys, the great mods, and the great groups on this chat, this is my long night support group. Absolutely.
It is, Randy. For you and a lot of other people, man, they say the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that sucks about what we were talking about Sunday night streams. That's why we're not going to forget you. We're going to work it out.
Yeah, either way, it doesn't matter if it's here or Twitch. It's the
there.
same community. If everybody wants to hop over there to, if we do that, again, it's a big if. But either way, we're going to still do it because
we'll work it out.
It doesn't matter. We're going to do these regardless somehow or another. I'm looking at the numbers and seeing it. You know what I mean? So that's why it's up in the air as far as where it's going to be. It's still going to happen though. Period. And of course, again, like I said,
because we love this as much as y'all do.
Oh yes, absolutely. This is an awesome community. Mazuma 10,000 on Patreon as well. Thank you, Mazuma. Will Bran warn John, Danny, et al. About the raised dragon or Tormund and Beric warn the Night's Watch, who will then raven it to Winterfell? Also, many thanks for all the work, dust, and smoke. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's like Tormund and Beric need something to do now.
Yeah.
Even Dolores Ed needs something to do.
They're gonna send Gendry running.
I got a feeling though, Mizuma is that when the time passes we were talking about last week. I think that Ed and those guys, they may show a scene where where they survived, but is that before the wall, like right after the wall came down? How far have they gotten? Were they able to jump on horses, right, and ride to Winterfell before and past the Night King's army? Because they're just kind of like trudging along.
Right.
He's flying around though.
Yeah, well, is he like a vulture up there doing circles around Winterfell?
I mean, to me though, it wouldn't make sense because now he's flying through. They're trudging south. They got a long way to run to get to Castle Black on top of that wall. A long way.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They got 150 miles to run.
Long ass way.
So how they going? How they get there? I don't know how they're going to explain it. And then they have to come down south. If they do, they're behind them.
Damn right.
So we'll see how they play that thing.
And it could be a kind of a little key, them being behind them. I think you mentioned that too, right when it was happening. You were saying, okay, they have nothing left to do there, but there's people there already. Those guys will probably retreat to there, get them, and then by that time, the White Army has
Yeah, so maybe they'll stay and coordinate. They'll coordinate with Jon via Raven. Like, all right, you come in from behind for this battle. They're almost here. Bran sees them. So I think it'll be. I think Bran will say he is here through the wall.
That's what I believe.
I think to Jon and them as far as the actual warning, though.
Yeah,
I think you got to have Bran always in this, playing information guy. Also, Mizuma's asking, will we see Hodor as a White? No, I don't think so. We would have already seen it, and I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, honestly, it would be, I think it would make for great TV. I'd hate it, but I would love the TV aspect of being ballsy enough to do it.
Yeah.
But no, I think he's done. I think they had their whole goodbye scene after they filmed that and all that, so I don't think we'll see Hodor or Summer or whatever as a White.
Right.
But technically they should be.
There was no way to burn them.
Yeah, right. Nobody burned them, so they came up right as soon as they died. I'm assuming. Amber Thompson on Patreon. Thank you, Amber. First off, like to mention loving the videos with the questions, and also like the videos with you and Gray Area a lot. Yeah, that was fun to do. That was fun. We'll do some more, I'm sure. Have you ever thought about doing any more collaborations? Mentioned before that Melisandre. Yeah, definitely more collabs for sure. Mentioned before that Melisandre thinks Bran and Bloodraven as the great other. Is that possible that Melisandre tries to kill Bran and somehow Jon kills Melisandre that way? That's a good idea. It'd be more of a book thing, I think, because she doesn't see Bran and Bloodraven any vision and flames in the show. So it would be more of a book thing.
True.
So that could happen there. Possibly plunging a sword in her breast and forming Lightbringer. Just typed this seemed crazy because I don't want it to be an accident this way. Happening unless somehow maybe acts like she is going to do it for Jon and use her in that way. She knows that she can help. Far-fetched, I know. I was also listening to a video by Secrets of Citadel about the conspiracy of the Maesters. Do you think there is one? Do you think they're purposely hiding anything? I won't be able to watch all of it tonight, but always watch the next day. Thank you, Chris and James.
I've wondered that about the Maesters. I want to hear what you think about
I mentioned this before. I honestly don't think there's this giant conspiracy. I think Marwyn's a little bit paranoid. I mean, there's probably people that are kind of laughing at magic and making fun of it, you know what I mean, and not thinking it's real, because you can see by the way their writing is, especially in The World of Ice and Fire.
Right.
Because that's from the perspective of Maester, but I don't think it's like this grand conspiracy. Because even Lewin tells Bran, look, I studied magic too, the higher arts, and it was once a thing, but it's really not anymore. And I got this piece of Lyrian steel here for it, but I can't do anything. I can't. But now you're seeing glass candles in the books and stuff. So I don't think there's a big conspiracy like anti-magic. I just think it's more those intellectual types. You know what I'm saying? That think, oh, that's all bullshit. None of that ever happened. There wasn't ever magic and dragons. I mean, I guess they know there was dragons because there's bones.
So you don't think they have had a meeting and said,
yeah, I don't
say that you think it's bullshit.
Exactly. I don't think there's exactly. I don't think it's they having a meeting saying let's
just denounce magic,
exactly
or its existence and all that.
Right. But yeah, the Melisandre thing, I could see Melisandre dying by Jon and something fiery, but I don't believe in Lightbringer as a literal flaming sword. So it don't matter how you kill her.
Yeah.
I do think she dies. She's going to die, and it may be Jon killing her for some weird sacrifice for magical purposes to help. But it doesn't matter. It's not going to be a flaming sword other than just... we've talked about that a lot, though. There's no need for a flaming sword. What does it do that a regular blade sword does not do?
That's right.
So yeah, I do see. I could see that though as a book thing, as a way for him to like willingly stab her in the chest.
Yeah.
She tries to actually sacrifice Bran, and she probably, and she does see Bran and Bloodraven as the great other. But we'll see how she changes too. She's went through the change already on the show. We'll see how she. We have to see Shireen happen in the books. That has not happened yet. K-Dubs on Patreon. Thank you, K-Dubs.
Thank you, brother.
Will you take will you take me with you to Dallas? I will carry you on my back like Kodo wherever you want. I will even be your hype man on the Yes, absolutely.
That's cool.
If I can ride on you, you can carry me around
and hold doors for us.
Hold doors and be a cameraman and shit too, that would be outstanding. Yeah, get working Get working on that saddle. K-Dubs, how tall are you, by the way? I'm 6'3".
Oh, your feet are going to be dragging?
Yeah, I mean, you got to have... Yeah, make that saddle properly. So, yeah, get on that, K-Dubs. We'll make it happen. And maybe we'll just do some cosplay while we're at it. I'll just put a Bran wig on.
That would be awesome.
And you do Hodor,
It would be so funny.
It'd be funny to tall motherfucker on his back. Mike Colton on Patreon. Thank you, Mike. At the con, are you making plans to interview or participate in media Q&A session with Gilly, Gendry, and the other actors? I've thought about this, Mike. I may try to go get a media pass. Last year, apparently, it was super easy. You just walked in and got one. And we had vendor passes. But we didn't get media passes. But I didn't. I talked to Aziz, and it was apparently super easy to do. So I may do that. I may try that. I don't know. I have to look at the schedules and stuff, because you know how it is. Like last time, it was every time I had a panel, that's when the actor shit was going on. Every time. I never saw an actor last year.
Nope.
Not one. So yeah, I may do that. I thought about it. Daniel Carter. Hey guys. On Patreon, by the way. Thank you, Daniel. Hey, guys, been a while since I watched a live stream. Hope all is good with you both. Any big news I've missed out on? Not really, just your typical filming news. There's been a few leaked photos from the set, but it's really hard to see anything. I mean, obviously, there's going to be, it's probably the big battle. They did film and finish what was it, last week I mentioned? I think it was 55 days it took.
So
the biggest battle in TV history, period.
How many days did you say Battle of the Bastards
20.
was? Just think about that.
Yeah, Battle of the Bastards took 20 days. This one took 55. So other than that, it's just been kind of just standard filming news. That's really all that's been going on. So you hadn't missed much as far as any... and of course, I don't do spoilers anyway. I guess apparently there's some fake leaks out there, but I'm not going to even take a chance to see if they're fake. Hans, what's up, guys? Thank you, Hans. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And he's saying congrats as well. Appreciate it, Hans.
Yeah, congrats on your 61K.
Yeah,
bro.
61K. Well, let's get to 62 real quick, and we'll keep going. Let's see. K-Dubs again. Real question this time. He's saying... I'm completely serious.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Oh, you backing out now?
I'm not playing. You can't. Don't ask and then don't tease it and then try to pull it back. So I'm not even gonna read this other question. No. I'm riding.
Hold on. Can you drive 16 hours?
Hey,
maybe.
Hey,
K-Dubs. Hodor, the freaking chauffeur. Hodor,
dude,
the damn...
if you want to drive 16 hours while I lay up in the back seat sleeping,
damn right.
Yeah, I mean we'll stop halfway and
sleep.
Yeah,
and I'll switch out with you.
Yeah, let
me get a few drinks in me. I'll swap out somewhere around Mobile.
Mobile, Alabama. Okay. Real question: Are the trees vampiric? They kind of are. Yeah, I think you're kind of right about that. They feed on blood. Sometimes with special abilities, Cough, Night King, Bloodraven, or Bran, can bond with the blood of the tree and also become immortal. They clearly become less human and more powerful. We don't know if the trees are good or bad or amoral. If they are vampiric, that would what would the Night King's motives be? Could it be to enslave the human race to the super race with Bran and the others? Could it be to destroy the werewolves, like you mentioned, to break the curse? Or maybe the main heart tree can offer the Night King ultimate power up if he bonded with it. Jon and with Dawn could burn and destroy the vamps. I think essentially you're right in the sense of what vampiric trees, but I don't think they have an agenda themselves.
Right. They're like a Venus flytrap.
Yeah,
they
don't
just do what
exactly.
Nature
It's a natural, magical thing to because we don't know how it works, but they do definitely feed off blood. This is exactly what me and Gray was talking about in our collab. We talked a lot of this on her channel as far as the actual werewoods and blood sacrifice and all that. But essentially, they are. They do feed off blood. They live forever, but I don't think there's not a consciousness there other than the collective Borg mentality. When children die and go into the trees and all their knowledge and spells and all that stuff in the books are basically there forever.
Right.
So all that's accessible. So technically, Bloodraven died in his body, but his consciousness or whatever is still there in the trees
to be tapped into.
to be tapped into. So all that knowledge and everything, right? So in that sense, yes, but I don't think. I don't know about how it affects the Night King. I don't know how much more powerful he could be. Again, it depends on his actual motives. Does he want to destroy the trees, to destroy the magic that holds, that created him? It's really kind of a I don't know yet type of thing. I can only guess that. I just think it's got to be more than he's just there to. I mean, on one degree, I can see it where he's just the evil guy. He's just there to do his job, what he was created to do. But he also killed the children, at least in the show so far.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to do that. So he went rogue, and that's the idea. So if he's just like the big bad who just wants to kill everybody and then what's he going to do after? I don't know. I guess I could deal with it, but I think it's got to be something bigger than that. I think it's got to be like he's the hero of the other side, right?
Yeah.
So he's got to be. You hear that so much. He's got to do something as far as some kind of surprise that people are not expecting, some big third twist. So, but yes, all that's certainly possible. It's just like you just don't have enough information yet. Let's see, Hans again on Patreon. Thank you. Do you think the complete Night King battle will be at Winterfell or continue somewhere else? I think it continues. We've said that quite a bit, actually.
Yes.
Also, Hans is saying, loving those great area videos too. Thank you. Glad you guys enjoyed them.
Yeah.
That was fun to do. But yeah, I think Winterfell is. I think everybody kind of thinks that that's where it all ends, and we've been saying for a long time.
Yes,
it's going further south. They're going to have to withdraw from Winterfell, and it may be King's Landing, it may be the God's Eye if they don't do the God's Eye in the show, whatever. Yeah. But it's going further south.
It is. Winterfell is an appetizer.
Yeah, I do believe that the Dany prophecy in the show with the King's Landing has to be burned out. Now, whether that's Dany. I don't necessarily buy that. Could be the Night King now since he's the surprise dragon rider.
Yeah.
So I definitely think either way it's going to be going south.
Are you leaning towards that now that you know he has a dragon?
Yeah, I think so because, well, I mean, I can see it both ways. And on one hand, I lean towards it because Dany's, we've already seen her being talked out of attacking King's Landing. But if they find out from Jaime that Cersei's not sending anybody and they have to save humanity, she has to go take that castle. She'll do what she has to do.
Right.
So I can see both. Now, if you go by the vision that Bran had, it was a sunny day because you saw a dragon shadow.
It damn sure was. That's right.
It was a sunny. But now that could have been something not really thought about when they shot that back in season 4.
Right.
So that doesn't necessarily mean it's not the Night King because it will be a wintry mix already. It will be a gray sky.
Yep.
I still think it could be the Night King. So I'm leaning that way. But we'll see. I can see Dany having to do it too. Maybe even Jon.
Right.
Maybe even Jon on Rhaegal. Who knows if he rides one. LC Manny, how powerful will Bran be? Because so far his character sucks. Wow. Manny, come on, man. He is emo Bran now, but there's a big reason for that. Why go above the wall if Howland Reed and he doesn't himself know his power? Well, he had to go learn. He had to go learn who he was, what was recruiting him in the first place. And now that he knows everything, literally, he's losing himself, which is kind of the idea. He's got to help save the world, but there's no more Bran Stark, even if he lives. He's not Bran Stark anymore, so it's kind of that poetic
He said it himself,
type of thing. He did, and then Mira said, "You died in that cave." So, all right. Let me go over here and grab some of these super chats. I know I saw some, and I don't want people to head out and not we miss them. Nim Polite with the super chat. Thank you, Nim Polite. Love how the cup for super chats, new subscribers now holding cans of Sundrop. Exactly what I mentioned earlier. Let me see. Let me look at this thing over here. Yeah, we got a little glass full of Sundrop cans there. So yeah, I want to see one fall down live. I wasn't even paying attention. I just changed that before the stream. That's what I'm using on Twitch for my little emoticon. So thank you, Nimpolite. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the email.
Glad somebody appreciates it. Sundrop's a big thing now on this channel.
It is.
Randy Suematsu, thank you, Randy. Super chat. Get some snacks for the road trip to Dallas and have a blast. Thank you so much, Randy. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Randy.
Really means a lot. Definitely got the savings going, trying to, for the con, because it's creeping up quick. And yeah, it's going to be more expensive this year for sure. LC Manny, thank you. James, I haven't filed over 15 years. He's talking about his taxes. What? What?
No wonder he's got all this money to invite us down there to go party.
No shit.
Hey,
damn, Manny.
When you do file, we're going to throw such a daggum party you can write it off, and I'll help you write it off. Make up for all those 15 years.
Yeah, there's some penalties and interest right there. Get that shit straight, Manny. They will catch you. I'm telling you right now. Celine, thank you. I read yours earlier, but she was saying give Riddick a kiss for me.
That's right.
And hello, James. Appreciate that, Celine.
Hey, Celine.
Also, Carol Brown has 2 here. Thank you, Carol, for the super chats. With the links there, I don't know if y'all can still see them, to James and my panels. So I don't know if I can I?
Thank you so much.
Can I grab these and post them? Let's see. There's me. So I'll post that up here in case she can post links too, though. She probably did. I probably didn't see them.
So cool,
so that's mine, and then here is James. And they got your picture.
They got it. Sweet day.
They got your picture. I need to fix mine too. I had to change my stuff's old. And here's the link to James his schedule. I'm sure Carol's already done that. She's probably way ahead of me. I'm behind here. That was probably 30 minutes ago. But thank you, Carol.
So much, Carol.
Tom Bystander, thank you, Tom, for the super chat. Got to show my support to the best channel on YouTube. Do you guys think anyone from the TV shows has any knowledge of other dragon eggs? I don't know. Hey, Euron in the books claims he has. On the show, I couldn't see it on the show. There's too much simplification on the show. Euron in the book says he threw a dragon egg overboard, which I don't buy at all. That's how he got Dragonbinder.
Right.
So apparently that happened. We'll never know if it's true, but yeah, I wouldn't think anybody else would know of any dragon eggs. And as far as the characters we know, I mean, there may be some character off in a shy that has 1,000 of them laying around.
The ones we'll never know. That's right.
We'll never know. So yeah, on the show, I couldn't imagine. We have mentioned though, maybe the show, just as a little tease, goes off and we see some clutch of eggs somewhere just for fun, even though there's never going to be a sequel to show anything. You know what I mean?
Oh, you gonna get tired of hearing me if they show that scene?
No, yeah, I know. We talked about that for a while.
Yes, we have.
But thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. And let's see. Tom has another one here. Do you think John will learn about his parents? Because George said it will be a bittersweet ending. I think that would ruin the show for me. Yes, Tom. I said this before. It made a separate video on this. It would be the worst ending ever for me.
It would be.
For 2 things. One, if John does not find out himself, and we just know as readers and watchers.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, if the Night King just shows up, like we were saying, and you never find out who he is, what he wants, why now, and he just dies, and you never hear any kind of you never hear his whatever in the hell he wants. That would be stupid.
Either one of those. Flip a coin.
Yeah, even if he just wants a damn latte, at least tell us that.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying. But yes, this would be absolutely, it would ruin it for me. I'm telling you right. I couldn't take anything away from the show as far as how great it's been, but if they have that ending, I will be extremely, extremely disappointed. It'd be horrible.
That's fucking.
But thank you, Tom Boston. Appreciate it. LC Man again. All my monthly checks. Tax-free. Okay.
You've got all the bases covered.
I'm telling you, man, you got everything. He has got it going on. Oh, shit, LC Manny. Let's see here. Let's see. Thank you, Alex, for subbing. Thank you, Jared Smith, for subbing.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
Rebecca Fant, for subbing. I think I got all those. Mr. Trapper21, thank you for subbing. And I don't know if I missed Alex Gage earlier, and Rob Anderson, thank you for subbing as well. Also, Sly Dog Zero, thank you for the donation in Streamlabs. Appreciate it. This is the Con of Thrones fund here for sure. Jon Snow will be king. Melisandre foreshadowed it. She just got wrong with Stannis. Jon killed Mance. The mutineers, Ramsay, he will have to kill Dany too. She's claiming the Iron Throne, but it's rightfully Jon's. I mean, he may be king, but he doesn't want to be king. So he's not going to kill Dany over it. I'll tell you that. If he has to kill Dany, it's for something else. But yeah, it's like the same thing we've seen with the Night's Watch. He didn't want to be Lord Commander. Sam kind of started that shit. He tricked him and almost. I mean, he agreed to it, but once he saw that people wanted him to lead. But that's the thing with Jon. He's always being pushed in these leadership positions that he don't seek out, himself. So we'll see. We'll see if he ends up being the king for a while, or him and Dany rule together, or whatever. Even if we got some perfect happily ever after ending where they both live,
right?
We'll see. But I mean, I don't know. I think that we'll start to see a change, even if he is king for a while, right? So I do think
he definitely
we'll see.
Doesn't want it, like you said.
Yeah, he doesn't want it. So and he definitely wouldn't kill Dany for it, just because he's not going to ever go, I'm Aegon Targaryen, and I deserve the Iron Throne because it's rightfully mine by blood rights. No, he'll never do that. It's not in his character whatsoever. All right, Jake from State Farm. Thank you, Jake. I'll be back later. Going to watch some Walking Dead after shows. But if you're still you're still my number one. Have a good show. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're his number one, but he's going to watch some Walking Dead after shows that can be recorded. Jake, I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean,
on your way out the door, hit thumbs up.
I'm kidding, Jake.
Everybody, like and subscribe, please.
Yes, please. Yeah, what are you doing, Riddick? You just up over here? You trying to get on camera? Can y'all see his face over here? No. He's barely out of the frame. Anyway, no, I'm kidding, Jake. I got to watch The Walking Dead here shortly, too. I got to see this is the last one, right? But I don't think I'll check out Fear. I haven't watched Fear in a year and a half. So, anyway, enjoy it, Jake. Appreciate you just leaving us here. Anyway, all right. Let's grab a couple from the live chats. Let's see what we got here. Marilyn Bentley has one. Thank you, Marilyn, grabbing it for Carrie Nevis. Thank you, Carrie. Do you think Mel will raise the dead kings in Winterfell to help defeat the army of the dead? No. We don't need an explanation. No.
Simply because
yes,
they've been there too long. And as we have seen with other people who have been brought back, you are what you are at that moment, not what you were when you died.
Yes,
there could be some dusty-ass clouds.
That's right.
Flying around.
Yes. Now, I will say, if they in the show, they could potentially, if they want to be magical about it, if maybe there are some bones scattered, do they just like go back together? Like, in the right order. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think they can go that far.
Honestly, I believe what I just said, but for some reason, I think they're going to do something like that. I do.
Yeah.
Although I don't buy it, and if they do, and those guys look kind of fresh, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, if you had, again, the recent Starks could come back.
And there'd be skeletons.
Yeah, but think about it. Ned, now this is the question I was actually thinking about the other night.
Was he going to totally?
All right, Ned's bones were sent back, right? In the show, we know they made it back. Right, that's different from. So they were in a box this wide. The Silent Sisters brought the box in, so it was like his body was literally hacked up.
Yeah.
Right, or whatever. Maybe it decomposed and it fell apart, whatever. But his box of bones were taken back to Winterfell. That's where his crypt is now. if the Night King can come raise the dead and dead Starks and the crypts, do those bones reconnect magically? I mean, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
it is magic.
It's possible that recent Starks could, but we're saying, at least in the books, when you have bronze that's already rusted away and there's just a damn stain left from a sword, bones are dust. They're gone. There's nothing there to actually come back together, unless it's, again, magic. So we just don't know the rules. So I don't think there will be, but it could be, since there are a lot of dreams about. John has a lot of dreams about the crypts in the books, but I think it's more of a Lyanna thing. Because he says, I'm not scared of the Kings of Winter. There's something else calling me. So I think that's Lyanna. Anyway, where are we at here?
I wish I had some banana nut bread.
Didn't you get some? Anyway, I think we got some mix, right? I'm not sure. Let's see here. Okay, I had a question somewhere. Steph, this is an interesting question Steph has in the chat. Question, does the White Walkers influence the weather or vice versa? Could there be winter indefinitely for more than a generation, as old Nan stories, and in places like Pentos and further south? Yes and yes. Yes and no.
Okay.
Is what I was going to say. So I think that when he comes, he brings colder weather, and the storm rolls up with him. We saw that.
We know that for sure.
That is the white mist, the mountains blowing in the leaves like wind type of thing, to me, in the show anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This mist comes over, it gets darker, this cloud follows him, it gets colder. In the books,
and I was going to say, and in the books, definitely you read it that way.
Yeah, we're
already in the snow,
it's so
but
cold,
fucking colder.
It's so cold you can't even breathe.
Yeah.
So that's for sure. But I don't think he completely, like, for example, winter's still there and comes and goes, just off balance because he was created. So that's what threw the seasons off in the first place. So there's still a natural winter, regardless.
Yeah.
He may take advantage of, especially right now, because you can't say that alone is the reason that he's coming back, because winter's coming.
No.
Because there's been, like Tyrion says, he's been alive for 9 winters, right?
There you go.
So he didn't do anything the first 8. Right. So it's related to something recently. But so, yeah, I mean, there is a natural winter cycle that's off balance or whatever for whatever reason, which is probably related to him. Mm-hmm. But when he comes, he does make it colder and bring a winter storm colder. And you cannot survive that, really, especially the way the books describe them.
I want you to answer this one. Living My Rhapsody says, what about them coming back as ghosts, just like in The Lord of the Rings? I have not seen that.
Yeah, see, and
does it work?
And I'm not a Lord of the Rings expert by any means. I'm a fan of it, but I'm not a hardcore know everything about Lord of the Rings, so I have no idea. I mean, I vaguely remember some spirit-like things. I think I can't even remember where. I can't even tell the name of the place. But so I don't know. I don't think. But just from what I know from these books. Mm-hmm. I don't remember anything other than Melisandre's shadow babies in the books.
Yes. Good
being
call.
Any kind of ghost-like thing that can still operate. You know what I mean? Like it physically manifested and stabbed Renly.
That's right.
There was also another one in the books, but yeah, that's the only ghost-like thing in these books.
Good call.
So I wouldn't think there would be like a Stark ghost that can grab a sword.
If so, it diminishes that. He's not going to play on that too hard.
Exactly. Yeah. So I wouldn't think so. But I mean, yeah, like it's certainly possible. There's 2 big books to go, supposedly. So we'll see if we ever get them. Let's see. Marilyn Bentley, there's so much talk about the. Thank you, Marilyn. Super chat. So much talk about the books and the crypts. In the books about the crypts. Sorry, I cannot read today. When Theon and Lady Dustin go down there, they notice some swords missing. What do you think Jeremy is going to with those missing swords? I don't know. I don't know if it was related to some older stories about people, and then you had Mance being in Winterfell and stuff like that. So I don't really know. Like you think about Theon seeing somebody, he's not sure who he saw. This is a whole book thing. Mm-hmm. But, it's like you heard the story of, I forget his name now, that he hid in the crypts of Winterfell. This is a long time ago. He hid in the crypts of Winterfell the whole time. So there's been all kinds of stories that wildlings know because they've been there. They've scaled the wall and went in Winterfell. Mance knows who Jon Snow is because he's been there before. you know, and scaled the wall, went in there, and they don't recognize him. So it makes you think. It makes me think that some of those characters may have, you know, grabbed those for, you know, protection or whatever. So I don't know. They're not in, like, the swords themselves are not special though in some way. I don't think.
Let me ask you this, and again, maybe some of you new guys don't realize how new I am to this, so I do like to ask him questions. When I was watching the show, you know, you'd watched it through. It was probably your 10th time watching it with me, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm watching things and catching things for the first time, so I might not have been thinking about this. Obviously, I wasn't. I'm asking. Is there any mention? Did Ramsay desecrate anything when he had Winterfell? Like, as far as the crypts go, was there any mention of him doing anything?
No.
Destructive.
And right now, remember, Ramsay's still there. Now, Ramsay did before in the books, before Theon knew he was Ramsay, that
Right.
he called he was a Reek first.
Yeah.
He pretended to be this Reek character.
Yes.
That he would now later turn Theon into.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And
Yep.
they destroyed, but when he burned Winterfell, but it didn't. I don't remember any mention of touching the crypts.
Okay.
No mention of whatsoever. So they've remained undisturbed, to my knowledge. Now I will say in the show, they never mentioned it, but you saw in season 7, I believe, the direwolf heads were cut off down to the crypts, the statues.
I didn't notice.
Just to be petty.
I did not.
That's Ramsay
notice.
being fucking petty.
It is, ain't it?
So you got 2 statues, you know, on either side that guard them. You know,
Yeah.
like almost like these food lions back here.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they are. But Ramsay's so petty, he fucking cuts the head off of them, off the statues.
That's so Ramsay.
What a dick! I mean, come on, man. How petty are you gonna be? Randy Sumatsu, thank you, Randy. Appreciate it. Mel could pump out 1,000 shadow babies.
If I had anything to do with it.
It would kill you though.
Yeah, the first one would take.
After the
would
first,
do me in.
you have to wait a while.
Yeah, too weak to do a second one.
That's right.
Hopefully, I have triplets or something.
No, that's right. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Okay, so I think we are caught up for a second. So I guess we're going to. Damn, we've been going an hour already.
That flew.
That's insane. All right, so yeah, we got some. We'll grab some more from. These other Patreon questions. I think we're caught up on super chats for a minute, and then we'll grab all your questions we can in the regular chat. So let us let the dog out and stretch for a minute, and we'll be right back. All right. I think we're back.
We are back. Hey, well, before we get started, you want to remind them about the winners?
Prototype again.
Every time.
Damn time.
Excuse me.
Yes, the winners. So we had Brittany. She knows. She was in the chat. But Ricky Gerard was the other winner to the giveaway. So again,
Congrats.
Ricky, if you're seeing this, and Brittany, as a reminder, send me a message on the back end of the channel. Go to the About section on the page and send a message there, and I will look for it there. And claim your pops here that's in the background. Claim them. First come, first serve. All right. Let's see, where are we at here? I think we're good there. Let's grab these really quick on Patreon, then we'll get to the live chat. K-Dubs on Patreon again. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Third twist I did. Night King has to make a human female fall in love with him to break the curse and regain his humanity. Cersei falls in love with him, gives him a kiss. Bam, he's human. Danny sees him, falls in love, kills Cersei, and rides off on dragons with the hunky Night King. Jon is left behind to see everyone else pair up, and Jaime, Bran, Arya, and Gendry, Tyrion, and Sansa, Missandei, and Mel. That's a good pair right there, actually. He broods hard for a motherfucker. Oh, my God, it's going to happen. Yeah, that might be it. Jon's just sitting there alone. Everybody hooks up and leaves. It goes off. Oh, that's funny. That could be. Kyle. I can see that being a spoof, though, for sure.
He's trying to change the subject now that he's got us all fired up.
He is. He don't really want to chauffeur and carry me around on his back all day. Hans again on Patreon. Thank you, Hans. Q&A, do you think it would be a one-on-one fight between Night King and Jon Snow in the end? I think it should be. I mean, I think it would be cool, because you could use that with the God's Eye theory if it happens in the books too.
That's where my mind just went.
Yeah, because if you remember how many times you have the right, Jon is. What reminded me of, made me think about it first was the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah,
Jon offered Ramsay, just me and you, the old way.
That's exactly right.
So
dude.
I could very well see that, and I think it would be pretty cool for him to be, but at the same time, this is also about not one person like Azor Ahai doing everything. It's about this group of people forgetting their last names for a minute and working together and changing things. So I don't know, but yes, I could very well see it, and I think it kind of needs to, now that they built this connection up, and Jon's got to have some kind of magical thing going on. Maybe after they destroy the magic, he's still got to be like physically killed, you know what I mean, or something?
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see it, and I think it would be good to have it like that, the old way, one-on-one. And then, so I think it's a very good possibility, especially for the show. Yeah, especially for the show.
Yeah. And it doesn't change our end game at all. That's cool.
Exactly. It doesn't have to whatsoever. Also, Hans, thank you, Hans. Just became a Patreon. Thanks for Sunday night. Oh, appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you so much, brother.
Means a lot. Keeps me going. Carol Brown. Thank you, Carol Brown. This is to Sir James. First of his beard, ruler of the land of always, tie-dye, and Lord Smoke, maester of the screen, protector of the chat, keeper of the diuretic, and drinker of Sundrop. Big props to you both for your panels at Con of Thrones in Dallas. Long may they wear rompas. The rompa thing came back. Thank you, Carol Brown. Appreciate it. We're just creeping up fast. It's creeping up. We're 35 days away or something, maybe.
Yeah,
it's not long.
I'm going to say this,
and we got to get our shit together. I mean, I do anyway. I got to get some money together.
2 unbelievable moments in my life. I fought in a tough man contest, and I had a birthday roast. It was really awesome.
Yes, I was at that roast. That was fun.
And neither was filmed.
I know.
Now I'm going to be on panels. Damn it! I'm going to have a camera set up.
We do have to. Speaking of that, K-Dubs. Last year I had help. Tarzan helped me out, but he's going to be on some stuff too. So I don't, and he's doing some trivia stuff. So I need a cameraman this year but it's got to be like this audio is horrible, because you can't take external. I need a cameraman to film these panels.
Yeah, man.
So I got to figure that out. Maybe I'll just have to go down there and set it up and hit start myself and then run back up there, but 20 minutes it'll be done.
That'd be.
I can't.
We got to do it.
I can't film. I'd have to go restart it because it only takes 20 minutes clips. You know what I'm saying? So, But they won't allow us to post the whole thing anyway, usually. They let us post 20 minutes last year, I believe. So, yeah, I'll figure something out. Hans also saying on Patreon, White Hound versus Zombie Mountain. Ooh. A White Hound? No, I don't want to see that, man. I want to see the Hound kill the Zombie Mountain straight up with fire and blood. So yeah, hopefully the Hound makes it. I want him to live.
I know, man. That's
I want
got
him
me
to
thinking.
I want him to have this final war and he's done with war. You know what I mean? And he can just relax and fucking sit down and drink a beer.
He fucking tried.
He tried. He
hard.
really did. Cap the Goat on Patreon. Thank you, Cap. What if the children turn out to be the real villains?
We've discussed that.
Yeah, a lot of people have had that theory for a while, off and on, and different various reasons. I just don't see it. I don't see how. I think the children they were in a war, a legit war with man. They came together with man and decided to split up the lands and all that stuff to end the war, but they fucked up. They thought they were in a corner so bad that they created the White Walkers and created the nuclear option, as we keep referring to it as, and they just screwed up. So I don't think that makes them evil. I think that makes them they just made a bad decision.
Right.
I mean, like everybody in the story, but basically. So I just don't see. I don't buy the idea that the children waited all this time and did all this stuff just for revenge. You know, and now we've seen the remaining children at least in the show, helping Bran and all this kind of stuff to get him ready to kill the Night King, and Leaf even sacrificed herself. So,
sure enough.
Anyway, Han, Smoke Break 420. Proto Pipe. Felicia Thomas McCormick, thank you on Patreon. Hello, Chris and James from Hawaii.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome. Do you think winter will immediately go away with the death of the Night King, leaving nice weather everywhere year round? Also, did you catch any of the Netflix series Lost in Space? I missed part of the stream due to incoming phone calls. No, I have not seen Lost in Space.
Poe asked me this tonight.
I saw it because I saw a little plug about it yesterday on Facebook or YouTube or something. I'd forgotten about it, so I have not seen that yet. But no, I think when the Night King is killed, you'll still have the seasons will go back to normal.
Right.
So there's still going to be winters in summers and spring and all that stuff, but it'll go back to a regular cycle they can predict. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the idea.
You're not going to be blessed with Hawaii weather.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess that would depend on where you are in the world, right?
Aloha.
You know, Dorne will probably always be sunny and nice.
It'll be like that always.
But in the regular, the climate of the planet or whatever, go back to a cyclical thing. Let's see, Lando Calrissian. Thank you, Lando, on Patreon. Who is more powerful, Melisandre or Kinvara? That's a good question. I would imagine Kinvara being the high priestess, but we just don't know. We don't know. Melisandre seems to have this unique ability with flames, although she kind of screws them all up, most of them. As far as the interpretation, we really just don't know a lot about Kinvara, but she is the high priestess for a reason, so technically she's like the boss. So you would think she's more powerful, and then she knows like Varys' secret and who said it and what they said.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It pissed me off honestly when she didn't. This actress apparently gave away some spoilers and they fired her, and it pissed me off because I wanted to see her and Melisandre fucking mud wrestle about who was the prince that was promised, and I wanted to see that. So we don't know, man. So yeah, good question. But I would guess Kinvara just based off her title. But then again, that don't really mean anything.
Come here,
really, what are you doing, buddy? You want to be on camera or not? He's just walking around. Lando, also, what's up, Chris and James? What's up, Lando? Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you helping out on Patreon as well, sponsoring the channel. And Lando also says, what about Melisandre, Kinvara, and Thoros of Myr? As far as, I guess you're saying like their fates, I'm assuming. Thoros is dead. I don't know if if you're talking about their power though, again, I would say Kinvara based off her title, but I don't know if we'll ever find that out. So as far as what we see, Melisandre for sure, because Thoros never did anything. He just like said some words, and otherwise he was drunk. You know what I mean? But as far as their outcomes, if that's what you're asking, they're all gone. Yeah, I mean Kinvara maybe because if she don't show up. Maybe she survived. We'll never see her again. So, which will be disappointing. But Thoros obviously is already gone, and then Melisandre will die by fire in some way to help win this war. Michael Smith on Patreon. Thank you, Michael. James, what's one of your panels are you looking forward to? Hashtag Protostark, by the way, so drink up. So, yeah, which panel?
Love is right in my wheelhouse. We know that. So I'm kind of looking forward to the Thai one so I can drop a little knowledge. I'm going to study up.
I was expecting the love.
Right.
Because that is your wheelhouse.
Yes.
But yeah, well, hey, remember though, you're talking about love in the story.
I got to earn my keep.
So you got to study up on some love too.
I already have been doing that.
Oh, okay. All right. So, interesting. Yeah, so I'm going to have to attend his panel, and I'm going to sit in the front.
Hope so,
I'm going to sit right in the front row, and I'm going to heckle him.
No, what's going to happen? I'm going to be like, what's his name? The guy that did this or that? Like I always do. Yeah. You better be there.
No, and I'm not going to answer, though. I'm going to heckle him.
You're going to answer. You're going to ask me tough questions.
That's right. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to dig. I'm going to dig for some deep shit. I might just throw something out about Tytos Lannister. Let me just say that right now.
Oh shit! Let me write this down.
Tytos Lannister. I may ask a question about Tytos Lannister and see if because it does fit in with Tywin. Trust me. So I'm gonna be there heckling, and I may throw I may throw a tomato. I'm just saying.
Cool. Hope I can duck better than George Bush.
That's right.
Or as good as, I guess.
I got to look at your times too, because what are you at here?
Yeah, I hope you don't have
Here we go, 3 p.m. Friday and 11 p.m. Sunday. So
11 a.m.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 11 a.m. Sunday. So you got the first one on Sunday. So that's the first because that's probably when everything started. It was 10 last year.
Okay,
but it may be 11 this year because my first one starts at 11. So yeah, I'll have to see how that lines up with mine.
Hold on, go up for 1 second. Oh, they are in Sotheros.
Sotheros Room, Cumberland Hall, and then Ulthos Room.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other continent. They're naming them after continents, apparently. All right, let's see here. Where was it? Mother of Dragon on Patreon. Thank you, Mother of Dragon. I've always been curious about the way Germ uses the raven and the crow. Blood Raven is the three-eyed raven who used to be a crow. Bran is now the three-eyed raven, and his name translates to crow. Bran translates to crow? Does it? Okay, cool. The raven in Greek mythology is a sign of prophecy, a bad omen known to spy on mortals. What are your thoughts? I think that's exactly where he pulled it from, because it's exactly what we're learning. What we learned in book 1 is the crow is what Bran is seeing in his dreams, and it is telling you that he's being recruited and spied on by something or somebody, and of course later on we find out who that is.
Right.
So that's exactly why he used those, I believe, because he pulls so much from mythology. So good eye though, very good eye. That's exactly why he pulled it.
And Blood Raven used to be a crow. I think that's cool. And
used to be a crow as far as what they call the Night's Watch thing. So yeah, and then you got the actual crow up there, Mormont's raven, Mormont's raven, who is with the crows. Essentially the same bird, though, right? It's almost interchangeable, but I know it's slightly different. Randy, I just found Sundrop on Amazon. What flavor should I try? There's only one flavor. Straight Sundrop. There is cherry lemon, but that's more of a that was born here too, though.
Yep.
But yeah, try the regular Sundrop first, and then you'll get addicted to that. It won't take but probably about 4 hours, and then you can go to cherry lemon Sundrop.
Yeah.
So definitely try it out. I'm trying to spread that disease everywhere I possibly can. Okay, let's see. All right, back to the live chat. Let's see what we got going on here. Goonish Tendencies, Q&A. Why were the children of the forest north of the wall? I think that's just kind of where they ended up as far as the remainder. Now, I think there's still some children south of the wall in the books, for sure. Isle of Faces, number 1. But actually in the Winds of Winter sample chapter of Ariane, I don't remember it a lot because I've only read it like once and skimmed over it again maybe. Ariane's on a quest going to see Aegon. Anyway, I won't go into all that, but she finds a cave system, and we were talking about that the other day with the werewolves, cave systems all over the place, and that's where the children hideout like the cave at Blood Raven's place. So I think there are more children alive. But I think what we saw in the show was almost, because just kind of where they were everywhere, obviously, but they got pushed further north and north during the wars with men. Then the first men and them came to an agreement, signed the Pact of the Isle of Faces. They did the Hammer of the Waters there as well before that happened, and then the Andals came and pushed them even further.
Yeah.
So it just they kind of got pushed off their native lands, and they just split it up and everything. So that's just kind of where they ended up as far as I would assume the majority of them. I don't know.
Now they were known to be peaceful amongst themselves before man came, correct?
No, they warred with giants. And because they found giants with dragonglass spears in them, bones.
Shit.
So yeah, they were not just it's just like any other people. They fight with themselves before they fight with outsiders about land and whatever.
That's
sure.
what I wondered.
That's what is indicated, at least. We don't really know all the details, but we do know that the giants were a bane to them, as they said in the books, and vice versa. So they did war with the giants, apparently. Let's see. Dipper Pine. This is an interesting question. Dipper Pine, and this is a new name. Welcome, Dipper Pine, if you hadn't been here before. Q&A in season 2, episode 3. Cersei tells Tyrion, Ruling is lying on a bed of weeds and ripping it out by the root one by one before they strangle you in your sleep. Do you think this is a foreshadowing of her death? Yes, absolutely. Great question, and that's the way that shows you her mentality.
Yeah.
Ruling is about just keeping the power and the people who want to take it from you, other than just taking care of your constituents. That's the way she looks at it.
Yeah.
And you kind of got to, in a sense, I understand in those days, but that's all she thinks about. She gives a shit about nobody.
I know.
And like the
you could
population.
see her disdain for Marjorie when Marjorie was helping.
Yes, helping the children, and then the wedding. Remember the wedding when Joffrey, the great day when Joffrey died.
Yeah.
Marjorie announced all the leftovers are going to the orphanage.
Yes.
And she goes up and makes it a point, no, all this is going to the damn hounds.
That's right.
To Pycelle or whatever. So yeah, just to be an asshole. Just to be extra, like we were saying before about Ramsay.
Yeah, just to be extra.
So yeah, good question, Dipper Pine. Definitely foreshadows her strangulation that's going to happen.
Say.
What's that?
Why do I crush on her?
Cersei?
Yeah.
Like everybody does, I think.
That's all I need to do.
Yeah, I mean, they do. I mean, there's Elena Headey, shit.
Funny what men can put up with.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, though. That's a stretch. Casey Atheist has a friend of Smokescreen. I get James.
Yes.
Lost weight.
Dude, that's twice.
That's twice.
I think it's the purple.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm just wearing my usual black.
Yeah.
Nobody said I'm gonna
Smokescreen.
I'm just gonna lean up like this so nobody can see. Because apparently
I need to weigh myself. Next live stream, I'm hitting the scale.
Yes, we're gonna do a weigh-in, in boxer briefs or something, whatever you wear. Dark John, yes, Cersei is a boss ass bitch. That's exactly right. She is that for sure. She thinks she's Tywin, but she thinks she's got the brain of Tywin, but she don't. Let's say Karen W. Q&A. What do you think happens to Missandei? Do you think she makes it to the end, or will she kill herself if Grey Worm dies? That's a great question. I think Grey Worm's got to go. I don't think she would kill herself, depending on the situation. You know what I mean? Like, if there's still something to be done to help Dany out, she's loyal to her, I don't think she's just going to go out because, I don't know. I mean, I don't see her as the type to do that, though. I don't know. She's lost people before. She's tough. She's tough. Yeah. She was a slave.
That's right.
So I wouldn't think she would. I'm guessing she makes it to the end. But of course that could be everybody. I mean, most people could die. I don't know. I do think Grey Worm's got to go, though, unfortunately. And the only reason I say that and not her is because one of the others going is because he's the one out there fighting and putting himself in the position to die easily.
You don't.
So I mean, I don't know either one, but I would guess Missandei makes it.
But you don't see that tender scene might have set up her committing suicide if he does
Sure,
die.
sure. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see her
was
that
it
tight.
just to show how awesome she is?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and then because you had the scene kind of showing John and Davos were like, she freed you, but now you work for her. She's like,
Dude.
yeah, but I can go home anytime I want. They didn't believe her.
Yeah.
They're like,
can you?
really?
Yeah.
You sure? She's like, yeah, she'd give me a ship and say, have a happy life. So, yeah, I mean, it kind of showed that connection. So I think she would. I don't think she would, but I guess anybody could go.
Is she important?
Not in the sense of the end game.
End game, yeah.
No, I wouldn't think so. Everybody can't be.
What could she bring?
Yeah, everybody
personally?
can't be. Well, she could interpret, but we don't want to hear the talking.
I know, that's what I said. I keep thinking it's Bran, but
Bran could, yeah.
is there this old language that
there is the old tongue
that she
we've
knows
never heard.
that-
Yeah, but we don't know. She's 19 languages. She could be an interpreter. I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Let's see here. Tommy Soprano, Q&A, do you think we will get a ghost chapter in Winds of Winter with Jon warging into Ghost after being stabbed? I don't know about a chapter, but we will see Jon. That will, I'm almost 100% that's how the book Jon will survive.
Yep.
Melisandre's already basically told us that. A boy, a man, a wolf, and then a man again. So that would be interesting for the prologue in Winds of Winter to be Ghost.
Dude.
And you're seeing Ghost run around and Jon's there. That would be interesting. That's cool. I don't know.
That is freaking cool.
Be the first time you'd have an actual critter POV. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exciting, yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool, though. Yeah, I could see it. I don't know. But yeah, I think that'll definitely happen either way.
A critter POV.
Travis, interpreter for the Night King. That's the best thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I mean, but I think that's got to be in a vision.
That's what I was getting ready to say to him.
I can't see. Believe me, we don't want him to talk. No. I don't care if it's Morgan Freeman or not. Morgan Freeman's the only one that can come close, or maybe James Earl Jones. But I don't think you want to hear him talk. We've said this quite a few times.
Yeah, somebody actually said Gilbert Godfrey.
Critter POV. Sorry, the Southern came out in me. Oh, shit. Yes, KC, Ghost will be in Season 8 for sure. Let's see. Servina Ina, thank you. That's a new name I don't recognize. Welcome. Q&A, what if the pact was guaranteeing that the blood of old Valyria, fire, and the blood of the first men, ice, would never be combined since it was the one thing that could endanger the children? I think there's something to that possibly, because we get the old story of the pact of ice and fire that happened after the Dance of Dragons, or during the Dance of Dragons, where the Starks and Targaryens agreed for the blacks and greens. It was the war. They were supposed to marry a child of Winterfell to a Targaryen, and it never happened. But then Jon ended up being the pact fulfilled later, which wasn't planned, obviously, for the same reason. That was years and years and years later. But I think that could have been a possibility. There's something to that, because we think that the birth of Jon is the reason, or something in that era is the reason the Night King is returning now. So there's something to the Pact of Ice and Fire being, whether was it a no-no, and why was it a no-no? You know what I mean? Because you had some near misses, like we talked about before. Blood Raven, for example, was a near miss. You know what I mean? So you have some of these other characters that are near misses, but Jon is the first, like in all the history of a pure Targaryen and a pure Stark marrying and having an offspring. So it's pretty crazy to think about, with all the history. Nobody's ever married before and had kids between those two houses.
Right.
With magical DNA.
That's why I believe that is what they're reacting to. Here's a good question for you right there.
What do you got? A Nika B?
Yeah.
Oh, are we going to make a Dragon Raised by Wolves Part 6?
Don't count it out.
Don't count it out.
Because we didn't think we were going to do 5.
That's right. But then I got details in my head.
That's right.
So if there's something else,
you're like, check this out in the book. and then check this out in the book, and check this out in the book. We got to do part 5.
Yeah, now we got to do part 5. And that actually happened quicker than any other part.
It did.
Because I was like, wait a minute, I remember this, and so let me check that. And then I remember, and that supports it too. Oh, and Aria and Bravo supports it too.
Yeah.
So, don't count it out. We may have some, maybe add something or change things. I don't know. We'll see. It could happen.
He's like John Lennon waking up with lyrics from a dream, writing a hit song.
Yeah, right. Laura D, can't wait for the Lord of the Rings series on Amazon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how it is. Like I said, I'm not a huge high fantasy fan. I mean, I enjoy it, but I don't, I don't crave it. I'm looking forward to see what they do with this. They have a huge budget, and they're really trying to make the next God, and I don't think they can do it, honestly, but I think I'm interested to see what it looks like.
It's the first I've heard of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're doing a huge budget Lord of the Rings series, Amazon. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm skeptical, but I'm looking forward to it.
Amazon's going to try to take Netflix's
they got the money to do it too. And Amazon owns Twitch and all that too already, so they're a powerhouse. They're right there with Google or close to it.
They've made all the right moves so far.
They have. They absolutely have. Let's see here. Jacob Nowak. Thank you, Jacob. Q&A, will Bran be strong enough once the Night King comes? And if so, do you think he could send a vision to the Night King and lure him to a trap?
He's working out.
Yes, he's working out that muscle. It's throbbing. Matter of fact, in season 8, he will probably not have hair. He'll be bald, and
I've been saying he's gonna have a beard. I don't know why. I can't let it go.
Isaac Hempstead Wright cannot grow a beard. It might be a fake beard,
right?
CGI beard, but no, I think he will be strong enough to do whatever he's got to do. And we keep saying we think at some point that there will be this vision quest where he does not come out of it like he's scared anymore. Like he's got to do something to physically affect him in the real world while he's in a vision to now allow John to do something or Danny or whatever it is. He's got to be directly involved in this war somehow. So I think he has to be. I don't think there's any other choice.
I totally agree with you on that.
Doc Colley says, no part 6, I can't keep reprinting shirts. So, yeah.
Dude, I was thinking that, Doc. The whole time I was saying all that shit, I was thinking about shirts.
Yeah, never mind. Sorry, Doc. Never mind. They'll never be we'll call it part 5.1, and then that way it still works. You know what I mean?
Eventually, we'll just get a white Sharpie in the mail.
That's right. Here's your upgrade. Fucking white Sharpie. Yeah, that way, it'll still work as far as the 5 anyway. Carl with a K. The Q&A, does Jack and Agar show up again? I don't think so. Not in the show. Books, he's still obviously very active. There will be more Jacking, plenty more Jacking, and Faces Him and stuff. But yeah, in the show, I think he's done. And I don't believe that. Me and Gray were talking a little bit about this as far as Arya's future. I don't think she owes them anything. I don't think there's going to be like somebody come after her. I mean, it looked to me that Jaqen said, you made it. You did what you were supposed to do. I taught you these skills. I really want you to go kill people anyway. Go do it.
Boom.
You have my blessing. He smiled. Nobody chased her.
No.
So I don't see the show for sure. I don't see what. Hello, Nancy T. What's up?
Hey, Nancy.
Laura D. Mel is Nisa Nisa. In the sense of being a sacrifice, Laura, I can see that for sure. Because she's ready to go. And she will take a sword through the chest. She'll take a burning. She'll probably prefer to be burnt because she thinks it's the purest form till she feels it. But I don't think that in the sense of him pulling that sword out and it's a flame and shooting laser beams. I always go, I just want a freaking shark with laser beams. I don't see the Lightbringer thing being a literal sword, but I do see Mel as a possible sacrifice. I don't deny that whatsoever. I think that's certainly possible.
Yeah, I'm ready for a new Austin Powers. That would be cool. He could dust that character off for us.
Yes, oh Lord. Let's see. Where are we at here? Mimi Keycat here. Q&A. Since Dany's entire identity is based on her idea that the throne is hers, how will her existential crisis play out once folks find out Jon's parentage? I think she will actually... I think she's going to change her tune anyway and accept that shit. And Jon is going to be the first to say, I don't care about the throne. You please take it. They're going to get married. It doesn't matter. They're one and the same.
Yeah.
They're one and the same. So whatever she does, she can be queen, he can be king, but, he don't care about the rule, and he'll do it if he needs to, if that's the way it goes down. But I don't think that it's going to... And here's the thing, Jon understands, Dany may not agree with it, but she will, that conquest is a right to, R-I-T-E, too. The right of conquest is
that's
just
right.
as important as the right of blood. So when people call Robert the usurper, yeah, he did, but he also has that R-I-T-E to do so, like anybody does. So technically, by that rule, too, Jon is not the heir in that sense. But in the sense of, yes, the last royal bloodline of the Targaryens, he is. So, I think with her loving him loving her and all that stuff, and she sees the real importance here and the break the wheel speech and all that kind of stuff, that eventually she will have the throne melted down regardless. And even if they are rulers for a while, you'll start to see things change. So I don't think she... Now, don't get me wrong. At first, it's going to be a big deal. When she finds out, shit.
Yeah.
All this stuff, and to come to find out, this dude, who I now love, and I'm pregnant by, if that's the case already, is the rightful heir. So, yeah, there will be a moment, there'll be some conversation about it.
Yeah.
But I think overall is what I'm saying, and it's like, this is not a big deal. You know what I mean? Because we're the same package.
That's right.
You know what I mean? All right.
Somebody on there said you'll get a Stark with freaking laser beams instead of a shark.
That's right. Just give me a Stark with freaking laser beams. Let's see. Jack Cogan.
Hey guys, hit that like button. There's a good many people watching. Let's see if we can get that number up.
Hit the like button and please subscribe. And speaking of subscribing, thank you, Jack Coogan, for subscribing.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know if Jack's
thank you,
live
Jack.
here or just happened to watch something else and
We do this every Sunday night.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jack, for subbing. And then I don't know if I missed a couple here earlier. Chris24, I believe, or KRS24. Dobson for the win. Thank you guys for subscribing as well. And I think that was the last ones I missed. Appreciate that. Welcome to the channel if you're here. Let's see here. ASAP Greyjoy, do you think... Well, damn it, I'm losing it. Sorry, I'm trying to grab it ASAP. Do you think Tyrion will die if he made a deal with Cersei behind Dany's back? I don't. I don't think Tyrion's going to die, and I don't think he made a deal because I don't think he has the ability to make that deal without her permission. Now, I do agree that he doesn't want Cersei to die while she is pregnant with his niece or nephew. He loves those kids. He loves his family. But he's not going to know she's going to lose that child. You know what I mean? I don't think. So there is something there. He'll try to talk Dany into keeping her alive like he already was. Okay, what am I missing? Is there something on is there something on my face?
You said niece or nephew, and I thought you were about to say niece or niecer.
like the ninja chop. Like I was going to
like our accent. Make us proud.
Niecer. We can start doing this right here, y'all. Now, if y'all want to get some real, I don't know, maybe we'll get more views.
Oh shit!
But hell, we can start doing some of this shit right here now. We can talk some damn Game of Thrones like this. I mean, if we want to, we can really go deep south on you.
Ain't no doubt about it.
We could talk about some Niecer. And I mean, I think that's what people hear now.
I know, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
I think they hear that now. So
and
yeah.
The funny thing is, man, around here we don't really have an accent.
No,
but
no.
I know you hear it. Hardcore accent. Niecer. I'm sorry. No. I didn't mean to ruin your train of thought.
No,
I
had
said it, and I just.
I think I was done. I think I'm done. Get her done.
You said he's not gonna be down with her dying while she's pregnant with his niece or nephew.
Yeah, so there'll be some stuff that here we go. Doc Holliday, Don. Now I guess I can go northern too and say, let's see. I don't believe there will be a Nisa, and I don't believe that Dawn will play a role in the end game of this story, where you see like John stab Danny through the heart, the right ventricle.
I'm packing my shit.
So, yes, Dome. Damn it. Kyle had us say something the other day. It was funny. I can't remember what it was now. House Proud is too stoned for this. I'm sorry. He brought it.
I'm sorry.
Brought it out. Yes, Tom, get her done. And somebody else said that too. Started here, seeing the Larry the Cable Guy. Raffar Dart. Damn it, I'm completely butchering that. Get her done, Neeser.
Oh, Carl with a case from Winston-Salem. What's up, brother?
Oh man, Raffar DZ Zerba. I'm sorry, Rafa. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that. I can't even tell what that is. Get her done, Neeser. Let's see. Let's see. Kyle Dubs has a question from Jacqueline Marie. Thank you, Jacqueline, and K Dubs for grabbing it. If John was king, do you think Arya, Sansa, and or Bran would have seats on his council, and what seats would they have? I think they could, but I think that probably they'd want to stay in Winterfell.
I agree.
I don't think Bran will have any kind of seat because he's emo Bran regardless if he lives or dies. Sansa probably don't want to go back to King's Landing. She probably has the heebie-jeebies about that place. I don't know. So I think she would be, in that case, Lady of Winterfell, ruler of the North, Lady of Winterfell, as if Jon is in King's Landing. But again, he just told us in season 7, who would want to live in a place with 1 million people?
Dude.
Like, he's not a city boy like us. He ain't trying to get up there in no concrete jungle.
Hell no.
He ain't trying to be up in there with all those fucking people and bricks and shit. He's trying to be out with the trees and the wolves. That's who Jon is. You know what I mean?
Keep your fancy King's Landing.
Oh, we're fucking horrible. This is horrible. Puff Puff Give. It's Puff Puff Give, not pass. Goonish tendencies.
That's right. I grew up with Puff Puff Give.
Puff Puff Give. That's right. Oh, let's see.
It's Puff Puff Give.
Is that Smoke your dad taking a shit? Why do we always end up on either Friday or Eddie Murphy? I don't know.
Classic.
It's yeah. Sorry, Travis.
Nobody
sorry.
wants to forget
I'm
it.
sorry, man. I'm sorry, Travis Eisenhart. I'm not trying to.
I'm dead.
I'm not trying to kill anybody. I just hope it's comedic and entertaining. That's
Paula
all.
Marie says can't breathe. That's fucking awesome.
I'm sorry. Just trying to entertain the people. That's what we're here for.
Pasta chip on the left hand side.
Let's see.
I saw that, Carol.
Connor Burkhalter. That's a new name. Welcome, Connor. Q&A. Will there even be a Winterfell left after it's all said and done? And what about King's Landing? I think there will be a Winterfell. I think it'll be severely damaged. I think there's got to be a big battle there. I don't deny that whatsoever. But they will carry it further south. And King's Landing, probably the same idea. It gets pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But the question is, do we see in the show and the books for that matter? I'm sure we will in The Dream of Spring, the books, if we ever get it. But in the show, will we see that after party? The after effects,
right.
A month later or a year later rebuilding.
Yeah, man.
People are kind of carrying shit. They're burying bodies. I think we'll get a little bit of that.
I need that.
I think you need a little bit of that too, so we can start to see like they decided to start a council or whatever, whoever the ruler is.
Right.
The throne melted down. All that stuff. I literally think that Dany walks in the room, speaking of the throne, and that kind of post-war scene.
Yeah.
She walks in there just like the I'm not saying the snow and everything. Yeah. Well, actually, it would be snowing right after the war.
Yeah, dude.
Because the roof would be burned
exactly
out.
Right.
But
right after that, it would be.
Regardless of the time, let's say it could be months later where it's sunny again. I don't know, but or even a year later. But I think she walks in there and literally does almost the same thing. Like, I thought I wanted this. This is not what I want. This represents a bunch of killing and a bunch of shit for the last 300 years. I'm breaking the wheel. Melt it down. Now, whether it's a dragon still alive or whether it's wildfire, but I think it would be so perfect poetically and wrap that little circular thing,
like
that little repeat of history up with Aegon, where he had it created, she has it destroyed. Her and John,
Totally
or whatever, whoever.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been saying that for a while, but
yeah.
She will realize, I think, that it's not all about the chair. Fernzilla. Thank you, Fernzilla. That's another new name.
That is new.
So welcome if you're new.
Digging it.
Will any more Valyrian steel swords be introduced? No, I don't think so. Especially not the show. I would love to see, Dark Sister and Blackfire show up somewhere. Maybe end up with Jon and Dany. That'd be kind of cool to have one of those swords come back. But those are existing and supposedly missing, and then potentially they'll come back maybe in the books. But the show, I don't see any reason to introduce another one. There's about 200, I think, is it 227 in the books, known Valyrian steel swords, but you only hear about like the 7 or 8.
Right.
You don't. There are a lot more than you think in the books, but in the sense of swords, that's a very, very small percentage.
Yeah.
So there's not many in the world, but I don't see any reason for them to introduce any more. So I doubt it. Because it would have been perfect for Mira to bring back Dark Sister from the cave, and then ends up with Jon or Dany, or even Arya. We talked about Arya being the Dark Sister. So yeah, if they didn't do that, I don't think they'll introduce a new one. Dark John. That's what I was just talking about. Mira grabbing Dark Sister. I did a video on that episode. And that got featured in what article was that? I keep forgetting. I always butcher that name. I want to say comicbook.com.
No,
but it's moviepilot.com. Thank you. Pri Figueredo, a friend who writes for them, featured me in an article about that, and thinking that it was Black Dark Sister, but it ended up being Benjen's sword from the Night's Watch because it was leaning against a tree. You thought that was the one Mira may have grabbed.
Yep.
And then I went and looked and compared. It was exactly identical, the hilt and handle, to Benjen's.
Identical.
From season 1. So it was not Dark Sister. It's just some random sword, apparently. And then we never saw her even carrying one, I don't remember, in season 7 when they came to the wall. So
you remember Jon gave Jorah back Longclaw for just a second. Jorah had it.
Yeah, held it.
And he gave it back to him. He was like, "No, you give this to keep this. You give it to your kids." Could you see if Jon survives, Jorah does something very heroic, and Jon presenting it back to House Mormont?
Yeah, I could see that, but there's also a question. Actually, Tommy's Soprano's bringing it up here a little bit. Bloodraven left Dark Sister at the wall and gave it to Mormont. I don't know about that, but there is a question, and there's been some ideas floating around for a while that Longclaw may be one of those swords, because there's no real history, or it's no clear history on why the Mormonts have Longclaw in the first place. That it could have been a modified Dark Sister, or you know what I mean. I think Blackfire is probably an SO's. The Golden Company
was Dark Sister.
I will say this: the Golden Company, really quick. The Golden Company may have Dark Sister. I'm sorry, Blackfire.
Oh.
So Blackfire may come back in the story, but not in the. I wouldn't think so in the show. That would be very cool though, since they are coming. So they could bring Blackfire back, but I don't think we're going to see Dark Sister.
But Dark Sister was a bastard sword?
Yes.
Okay, so it could be modified.
Exactly. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to look more into that. I think I could look into that. That could be a good little single question video.
Do that. Write that down.
So yeah, I'll take a look at that too. Okay, so I think we let's see, Carl with a K. Thank you for the super chat. Dope content. Appreciate that, Carl with a K, and appreciate the super chat. Appreciate that, man. And thank you. Old man, somebody. Carl with a K must be from the 80s and 90s like us, because he still uses the word dope.
Hell yeah.
And I still use the word dope on occasion. So appreciate that, Carl with a K. Let's see here.
I still use fresh.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Hey, everybody uses bad, right? And LL Cool J created that word. Just from history here, from any young folks in the house. The word bad, like, that girl's bad. Or Michael Jackson,
using
bad.
The word bad
using
for
bad
good.
For good was LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer. That was the album. That's what created that word. So just saying,
Rock
just
on.
saying.
Ladies love cool
let's see.
James.
Okay, yeah. So that was the last one there. Okay. So we're caught up for a second. So let's take a stretcher and then do another little 10, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Is that good? Yeah. Everybody good with that, I guess? Everybody still, we still got, what do we got? 352 people, apparently.
Did you know LL was also a type of guy to leave his drawers in your hamper?
What?
Oh, we
Yo, Rom. Okay, so yeah, let us take a stretch real quick and pull out the prototype. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know y'all are going to say it though, so I'm just going to say it for you. So anyway, yeah. So give us a few minutes and we'll be right back. Prototype. All right. I think we're back. Are we back?
We are back.
Let's see here. Alrighty. Let me grab these really quick. I thought a couple more Patreon came in. Hans is responding to Mellow Yellow all day. Come on, Hans. Come on, man. Mellow Yellow? That's like, what is that like? I don't mean, that's watered down Mountain Dew.
I love Mellow Yellow. Yeah. You know that.
No, I'm just saying. That's
your shit is too strong for me. I request one once a month. I'm like, I need something with some burn. Can I get a sun drop?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I will say there was another local drink that I guess is obsolete now. Is Cool Moon.
Oh yeah.
Used to go to this little burger joint, man, up the road, Lane Street Grill,
man,
and get the best hamburger in a Cool Moon. I'm telling you, man. My mom used to take me there, man.
I miss Cool Moon.
Cool Moon.
And the same company that went out of business, they did those brownies. Remember that?
Oh yeah, chocolate brownies.
Chocolate brownies.
Yes,
yeah.
man.
Damn, that was a good drink.
It was. They went out of business? I thought they were still around for a while.
Brownie chocolate.
Yeah, brownie chocolate. That's right.
Man, those were good.
Mother Dragon says, thank you, Mother Dragon, on Patreon. Why do you think Germ uses incest as a fundamental topic? I get the social acceptance with keeping Tara purity and the lack of social acceptance with Cersei and Jaime because it's essential to the storyline and the creation of bastards, but why would he ship Jon and Arya initially? If the books are the same as the show and J&D are together, why does the relationship require incest? Yeah, I mean, I've always wondered that too, I guess in those days, though, it was a thing. As far as medieval times, it certainly was. They didn't care about cousins being, you know what I mean? It was just a different norm.
Right.
And so I think he put that in there obviously for that, but then of course the Cersei Jaime, like you're saying, makes sense in the sense that it's for the main storyline. Joffrey's not really a Baratheon and that whole thing with the Ned, so that's required. But yeah, Jon and Dany being aunt and uncle, but you hear about numerous other things too in the books. People marrying first cousins and other cousins. They just didn't consider it a big deal. They didn't have genetic research, you know what I mean, that realized that could cause a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So it was just a different society.
Maesters hadn't picked up on that yet.
So I really think he tried to really accurately portray those aspects of that kind of society, and that was just one of them, So that's the only reason I think. Other than that, he's kind of crazy. George R. R. Martin is kind of crazy. I mean, if you've read any of his sci-fi stuff, I haven't read like an entire book of his sci-fi stuff, but I know some aspects of it, and he's crazy. I mean, you got to be a little crazy.
You have to
write some of the shit he writes. You know what I mean? I guess it was just to kind of really represent that kind of time period as far as the medieval times. Hans also says on Patreon, what's the one plot line that will be butchered or left out in the show? The God's Eye, for example. I don't know because I don't have the end of, we don't have the books yet to get an ending to compare it to. So, but now as for the God's Eye example or the Isle of Faces, I do think the show could skip that and do it in a different way, or I still think they could actually introduce it.
I think so too.
I think they can. They're going to be longer episodes, and they don't really have to have a big backstory. All it takes is one conversation.
Right.
It literally takes one brand conversation to Jon or Dany or anybody for that matter to say, this is what happened here. Everybody knows the tales anyway.
That's right.
So they're going to, they know the location. So it wouldn't take much to introduce it really quickly and then be a place where they actually end it. But we were saying before that they could simply use the Winterfell heart tree, or but then again, we think they're going further south.
Yeah.
So
and like you said, they're not going to be introducing it to the characters, so it won't take long. They'll just be introducing it to us.
Right.
That could
Exactly.
take just 5 minutes.
So yeah, I don't know, but other than that, I can't think. We don't have the book ending to compare what they will leave out. You know what I mean? We'll have to look later and see what they did leave out of the books once they're actually written. Winds is basically done, but Dream of Spring is probably some leftover stuff from Winds, and then he'll start that at some point, I hope. Hans also asked, does Bran die after everything ends? We've struggled with this one. We've talked about it a little bit because magic is not sustaining him. He's still eating. But with all that going on in his head, and they basically told us that the Bran Stark we know died in that cave.
Yeah.
We even speculated that if magic is cut off, for example, and he has no longer access to werewood.net, will he go crazy?
And I'm leaning towards that. The more you say that, Chris, the more I'm picturing it.
Yeah, it could be. Because what would that do to somebody? All of a sudden, you see everything in the world and you learn all this stuff. And it's cut off. And then do you still remember all that? Maybe.
You mentioned how it's kind of poetic, the fact that he did that to another person.
Yeah,
and now that's going to be his, destiny.
So I don't know. That's almost a coin flip for me about Bran living in the first place. Like I don't think he'll have he already said he's not going to be a lord. He don't have really a place in society as far as a normal kid anymore, growing up and whatever. So it's almost like Bran is expendable in a way, but I think he's got to help in a direct part of the war first. So I'm like a coin toss with Bran. We may not lose any more Starks, but Bran will never be the same Bran, and that's part of the bitter, right?
Could you see him making his way to that window and saying, it started here, I'm going to end it here?
Yeah, hey, I told you before, I see somebody getting pushed out that window.
That's where I was leaving.
But I wanted Littlefinger to go out that window.
Because I was going to say, you mentioned Littlefinger, but what do you think?
It could be it could be Jaime. I don't think Jaime will die like that, but it could be. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, I can see a scene back up in that tower where he's like reminiscing, and maybe that's part of it. It's all over, and he's kind of disconnected from that, right? And then he's like trying to relearn being a normal again, and maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Maybe he still remembers all of it. I have no idea. So yeah, it's kind of a coin flip with Bran. Let's see here, and Randy. Here we go. Randy Suimatsu, say this. On the way to the con at dawn, I see a phone on the lawn. On the way to con at dawn, I saw a phone on the lawn. Sounds fine to me, Randy. Is that good? On the way to the con at dawn, I see a phone on the lawn. I guess we're supposed to be saying on the way to con at dawn, we see a fawn on the lawn. I guess maybe is the way we're supposed to say that.
I think so.
I'm not sure. Sorry, Randy. No, okay. Let's see. Thank you, Morgan Elise, I believe, for subscribing. Please subscribe if you're in the chat and enjoying it. We do this every Sunday, and there will be
phone home.
3 to 4 to 5 videos throughout the weeks now. So be sure to subscribe. Let's see here. Also, what do we got here? Where was it? Okay, we got Carl with a K. Azora Hype. Kyle. What's up, Kyle?
What is up, brother?
Can we get a late donation train here for these handsome fellas for Con of Thrones? Oh, thank you, man.
Rock and roll, man. Thanks.
Yeah, it's going. It's creeping up quick, man. It's creeping up quick. So, got to get my shit together for sure. Otherwise, I'll be skipping. James might drive down by himself.
No. Caldor is gonna.
Oh, that's right.
Kador.
K-Dubs.
And Zora Hype, man, I want to congratulate you on your 2-year anniversary today, having your channel. I was late to the game. I didn't catch it live, but I clicked on there and I saw you turning one up and saying it was your 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's congrats. Cool. He knows. The grind continues. The grind continues. So appreciate that, Kyle. Carol Brown. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
Bran seen Jaime when he arrived to Winterfell. Yeah, that's what I guess you're talking about the window thing, maybe. But yeah, we had said that before. I think that there will be that Bran Jaime conversation apology, and it could take place there.
It sure could.
It could take place there, where like Bran's kind of, hey, wheel me up here. Yeah. Right. And then he's just out there kind of staring out and warging, whatever. And Jaime approaches him there and then looks around and says, look, man,
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was an asshole back in those days. So I could see that'd be a cool place for that conversation.
Yeah. Brand, hits him with, "Oh, you just do things for love."
Yeah, yeah, he'll definitely, with the things I do for love, he'll definitely hit me with that. Let's see.
Or we all do things for love. And it'd be like,
Yeah. Alex Kirk got Q&A. Do you believe if is alive and has fled to Essos? I'm not sure who you mean, Alex Kirk. So, yeah, I think you skipped the name there, maybe. I apologize.
oh, no, Littlefinger.
Oh, Elf. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
LF. I'm sorry. I didn't. I saw an I. I'm sorry. So you Littlefinger's live and fled to Essos. No, I think he's gone.
Right.
I don't buy any theories about because he paid some other faceless man and he was a part of it. And why would you give somebody a coin who's going to die? What are they going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was just his information network stuff. I don't buy the idea that Littlefinger somehow. Now believe me, I would love to have seen a bigger end game for him as far as like one more big twist or set up. But I think that was the whole Sansa thinking he was going to get Sansa to kill Arya. That was his last play. That Sansa finally saw through, but with Bran's help.
That was his last play.
So that was his last.
And it was
play.
A decent one.
It was
almost worked.
It was.
Well,
she was close.
us.
She was actually close. She was hardcore thinking about it. They just cut out the scene where Bran had the conversation with her.
Yeah.
So they definitely cut that out. Catherine Bassett, thank you, Catherine, with the super chat. Have a fab Con of Thrones. I appreciate it, Catherine. We will definitely try.
And we will, keep you guys in a loop with different streams and whatnot from there, and bring back some footage to release later. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, lot to do, but it'll be fun. And I just want to see Dallas. I've never been to Texas, man. So yeah, but I don't look forward to that long drive. But we'll go a day early and
west of the Mississippi.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
I have
at least flown out there.
Technically I have. Yeah, I have flown a couple times out west to Cali and all that, but in Vegas and stuff in Nevada. Princess Scarlet 2, Smokescreen, Q&A, what if the last hero was a Proto-Stark? And part of the pact was to mate with another, making his descendants part White Walker. The Night King seems to know Jon's related to him. It's interesting, but here's the thing I keep saying about the theories that involve, and I do think, don't get me wrong, we need to know what the last hero actually did. I think that really parallels Bran's journey himself.
Yeah, it does.
But also parallels what they did to go catch a white, in a sense. But I think Bran kind of fits that last hero thing a little bit. But here's the thing. With the last hero, he was supposedly, if he is the last hero, he was reacting to the White Walkers already there. Already waging war.
Yeah.
So it's not like that he went up there and then, you know what I mean? The timing doesn't make sense for him to go. So he could react and then agree to go mate with another. But then, what's the point if the Night King was already created and making babies into White Walkers? You know what I mean?
Right.
With the sacrifices and all that stuff. So it's hard. But we just, again though, to be fair, the timelines are sloppy. Nobody knows for sure. No maester knows the answer to these. You know what I mean? It's all really legend with some truth, so we just don't know about the timelines. They really screw things up to be able to really accurately, kind of predict what happened or guess. Coach O'Say, yes, we'll see. The rules last year for Con was we could not post more than 20 minutes of a panel, but we were able to post 20 minutes. So we'll see if that same rule applies. Where was we? Where I saw a question here somewhere. We'll grab a few more and then get out of here. Let everybody go to sleep. It's almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah, man.
Let's see here. Caden Brown, and this is kind of a book thing. We've mentioned this before. Caden says, Q&A, if the White Walkers aren't the reason for the construction of the 5 forts, what could have been? Yeah, I think it has to be almost, because you got to think about it. So again, I mentioned this a couple of times. You have the wall over in Essos, or I'm sorry, in Westeros. Obviously, everybody knows the wall.
Yep.
But in Essos above Yeti, you have 5 forts that are essentially like a wall out to the red waste, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what were those for? And just remember the Azor Ahai prophecy. Everything but the last hero comes from Essos. Like Prince that was promised, all that stuff. That all comes from Essos. So it's indicated that this was a global event, and then every culture has their own tale about who defeated it. So it seems to affect the whole place. Now, again, he says the continents don't connect, but they could have connected before.
Right.
Because Dorne did before.
Right.
So who knows what...
So he could freely say that, knowing in the back of his mind...
Exactly, that at some point when you go far enough east that you would reach Westeros again through some connection, Bland Bridge, whatever. So whether we get that history in full and maybe that's side stories, I don't know. But I think the 5 forts were essentially the same type of thing. It's almost, what else could... he'd have to create a whole new threat for Essos that happened thousands of years ago, and why make it different? You know what I mean?
What have you noticed about him in interviews? Is he pretty straightforward, or is he coy and kind of vague?
A little both. He'll straight up say, "I'm not going to answer that." When he has a question, he'll say, if somebody asks him, I've heard him somebody say, "Will Bran warg a dragon?" I don't know. We'll see. That's all it says.
I love it.
Yeah, he won't answer a question that's going to spoil anything, but but other than that, he's pretty straightforward. But when it comes to spoilers, no. He'll just tell you straight up, sorry, I ain't going to answer that. We'll see. Keep reading. All right, K-Dubs, good night, man. Get a car ready. Expect a long limo.
Hell yes.
So I can sleep in the back, and camera equipment, all that shit. Don't forget all that shit. Get all that straightened out.
And design that side.
Wait a minute. He's saying staying up will be agony and ecstasy like Nisher.
Hell yeah.
Nisher.
And the Night King.
No, all right. Appreciate it, Kyle Doves, man. Have a good one, man. Good night. We're about to get out of here,
Fun
too.
as always, brother.
Couple more minutes. We'll grab a couple more questions here. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let me check. This over here. Let me just refresh it, make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, no good there. All right, so let's grab a few more here out of the regular chat. Kylo John Spain, the Side Effect podcasts have been hilarious lately. Thank you, we appreciate it.
They've been fun to make.
Yeah, just trying to have fun talking about some random shit, man, and it's just good conversation, and they're always going to be funny between all of us. So yeah, I appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying it. And for people who are new here, maybe if you're not familiar, just to throw this out there, we do a side effect podcast called the Side Effect Podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Has its own channel on YouTube. We had to do a separate channel, so now we're kind of starting over on YouTube. But it's on YouTube, it's on SoundCloud, Google Play, and iTunes. And we had Aussie Man Reviews on a couple weeks ago. That was a lot of fun. But we talk about some of the stuff in history that they write these things from. So we talked about Bigfoot. We talked about, what we got one coming and what will the future look like in 25 years.
Right.
We got one coming on ghosts and paranormal stuff. We talked about Flat Earth the other week.
Man.
So it used to be more of the same kind of like movie reviews and more, pop culture entertainment. But we kind of just said, all right, well, all this stuff we talk about that leads up to these is from actual pop culture things or the history and mystery of the world.
Damn sketchy.
Is what it boils down to. So it's us talking about other things besides Game of Thrones, and it's fun to do. Not fun to edit, but it's fun to do. So yeah, check that out if you hadn't. The sideeffectpodcast.com, and there's links there to everything as well. Anika B, I think, what's the date of Con of Thrones? I don't have a clue. May the 26th?
25th through 27th.
25th, there you go. So, yeah, I don't even know. So, end of May, 25th through 27th. Dallas, Texas. Let's see here. Kat, McDonough, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Q&A, what do you think John and Danny's baby could be the Dawn in the show? I think John is. I think Rhaegar, if you have to label somebody the actual person, right? And my idea was that Rhaegar was Azor Ahai, and him and Lyanna created Lightbringer. He stabbed her, just saying, the third time, and I have a whole video on that talking about the 3 parallels. I mean, I'm just saying. It really is. Because Kyle Dobbs mentioned ago the agony and ecstasy that went into the blade, and that really, I mean, seriously, it does sound like a sexual thing in some ways. So I have a whole separate video. You can find that called, I actually had a re-release of it, but the thumbnail is called, it's got Azor Ahai, and it's got I think the photo of Rhaegar and Lyanna from the show marrying or whatever, standing in front of each other. And it compares the 3 different tribes from Nissa tale to Rhaegar and his marriages and trying to have the prince that was promised. So I think that's at least a parallel. It may not be exactly accurate or whatever, but that's at least I think it was thought about when that was written, as far as the Nissa, the Nisher thing.
Dark John says, do you think we'll see a brand vision of the Pact?
I want to see what happened. I think he's got to. I mean, I don't know if we'll get the exact details, but you got to have him go back. To me, it's common sense already. Like, you would have thought that once he figured out the Night King was coming, and eventually he's got to be stopped, because, I mean, he knew, I don't know if he knew at some point the wall was coming down. Mm-hmm. I guess maybe he just thought it was going to be later. But you already need to be going back and looking what happened in the past. Like, how they do it the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Why didn't we see this already? So maybe, I don't know. I guess they have to save that, though, because there's going to be a twist there. And it may be just simply a Proto-Stark twist, right?
Right.
That he is just actually part of House Stark, or was before they were House Stark. All right, so let's grab a couple more.
Paul Marie, damn you for Neeser.
Sorry, Paula Marie. I didn't start it. I don't know what started it. He started that. That's his fault.
Hey, Amanda Kane, what's going on?
Sup, homies? What's up, Amanda Kane? I guess she was watching The Walking Dead stuff too, huh? Okay. Something else talking about, I guess, a private conversation there. Caden Brown Q&A. Have you ever considered that the Night King is a Valyrian, being the first Song of Ice and Fire, and Jon Snow being his counterpart Ice and Fire? I can expand upon question if needed. Caden, I have a completely separate video on the Night King being Valyrian that I did probably a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. So if you find that, I think the title's like, was the Night King Valyrian? Game of Thrones season 7 at the time, or 6 maybe. Yes, there seems to be some evidence, a little bit, that at least that there were men before the first men that were not children over there with a sea stone chair and some other things I mentioned there. So yes, I've done a whole video on that actually. I think it's possible that even though the Valyrian freehold is only 5,000 years old, it's fairly young compared to the Night King. Yeah. That doesn't mean they didn't have descendants either, like Proto-Valyrians. So yes, there's something to that. There's something to Craster. A lot of people obviously think Maester Aemon or Bloodraven is the father of Craster, and that's a requirement to turn babies to Night White Walkers. So yes. Check out those old videos, and then, of course, the more recent ones on Craster and the secret parents there to expand on that. So, yeah, I do consider that's a possibility for sure. It could be just Stark blood as well, but a lot of people had First Men blood, but Benjen kind of backs that up. Yeah. You know, he's the only one that was saved.
Backs it up.
Why was the other 2 cats not saved with Dragonglass? But Benjen, he should have no Valyrian blood. But then again, it didn't turn him to a White Walker. So whether it was different words said, different magic spell, we don't know. Right. But there's something to the blood. So yes, Valyrian's a very a big possibility. All right, what did I see?
I saw something splash.
Yes, I saw something here. Steve French. Oh, thank you, Steve French. Through Super Chat. Oh, it's right here. Why am I looking over there? I just saw the flash over there. Hope we can all thank you, Steve French. Appreciate that. Hope we can all have a drink at the con.
Yes, come find us.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, I'll drink a Coke or a
Sun Drop.
I'll have Sun Drop with me. I will bring them. But yes, we can do that. Thank you, Steve French. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
that definitely goes towards the funding, the trip funding. Anika B, Super Chat, enjoyed the show. Thank you so much, Anika. We're about to get out of here, too. It's 1 o'clock on the dot, so appreciate that.
Before we do, I have a question for you.
Let me double check. For me?
Ahead. Yep.
For me?
Fine.
Oh,
yep.
Go ahead. I'm going to double check Patreon, make sure we're good here. Thank you, Hans, on Patreon, loving the podcast.
Very cool.
He's saying we're going to love Texas as well.
Awesome.
Can the Night King be cured? Yeah. I think that we said in Dragon that could be part of the
parts 1 through 5.
Thank you. That Dragon. I didn't even say the whole thing. That's just now you know what I'm saying when I say in Dragon. We said but yeah, I think we said that's a possibility. Now, it's like again, I'm not banking on that 100%, but I do think that's with the twists. It's got to be something other than just killing everybody. So, yes, he could want that curse removed and to die himself. And that's got to be pulled out. So, that's why we think Valyrian Steel and Dragonglass don't work on him.
On him.
Because he's already got Dragonglass in his chest.
Yeah. And then we think Valyrian Steel has Dragonglass in it.
Ingredient, right, of Valyrian Steel. So, yeah, I think that's certainly a part of what we find out happened as far as his intentions now. And why Jon's got to be involved with Ice and Fire Blood. Mother Dragon, if we are watching on Patreon, how can we donate for you trip to the con? Well, you can. The links to the links for the con fund are in Streamlabs. Mm-hmm. So that's all in the YouTube. I can actually post it there. Let me see. Where is but all the links to that are in the. Here we go. I will post this on Patreon here, or respond to your question if I can get. Okay, there we go. So this is the link here, and I'm posting this on Patreon. This is the link, Mother of Dragons. Let me reply to you. That is the link to the Streamlabs link for the con fund is what I'm saying. It's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, all those links are always in the any video description.
And I have a separate one. It's a GoFundMe. And
yes.
If you find that, no, I don't. If you find that, or if I can find that and put that link on there, it helps us both. So if you want to do that, that's fine too. Thank you so much.
Yes, but thank you, by the way, Mother Dragon. You're already helping on Patreon monthly, so that's helping me survive and eat. So thank you so much. Hans, just have to thank you for saying my name correctly, my man. Yeah, I see the two ends, man. I see the two ends.
That's so cool.
But I guess we're supposed to say, like, look, Hands.
Yeah.
Hands is saying. No, I'm sorry. I'm kidding, man. Han Solo. Thank you, Mother Dragon. Awesome. Let's get you to the con, she says. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, right. So, all right, let's grab one more, but you said you had one first.
Yeah, because mine's not Game of Thrones.
Oh, so you want me to grab that one first?
If you want to, that's fine.
Okay, so let's grab one more Game of Thrones related before we get out of here, and then James is going to ask me something probably embarrassing. No. But no, I'm kidding. Caden Brown, thank you for the $2 super chat. I don't see a question, though. I don't know if you meant to have a question there. But thank you regardless.
Thank you so much.
You can post that to a mod if you have one really quick.
I'll ask you first because mine's a dud. Okay. And then you can find a good one.
Okay.
All right, so bear with me because I know you're not a big candy eater.
No, right? I've never, I like candy, but I've never, even as a kid, I was not a sweet tooth. I never ate it a lot. I just, occasionally.
Did you occasionally like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups?
I think they're okay, but I've never liked mixing chocolate and peanut butter.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I don't hate them.
That's blasphemous.
I'm not saying I hate them.
All right.
But like for me, like okay, here's an example. Mm-hmm. You know I love popcorn. It's a nightly routine for me.
Yes.
You'll never catch me eating caramel popcorn or sweet any kind of kettle corn. It's sweet. I don't mix salt and sweet. I just don't like it. I mean,
listen. I agree with you.
Same kind of thing with that.
I agree with you on that. I don't dig the kettle corn stuff. I do like caramel corn, like Crunch and Munch and stuff like that. I did like Cracker Jacks when I was
Yeah,
a
see,
kid.
and I got Cracker Jacks as a kid. Now, I
Yeah.
did eat some of that, but I mainly did it for the prize.
Yep, me too.
I
Yep.
didn't really
Yep.
eat. I gave
and the
box.
peanuts. The fucking peanuts
Yeah,
were good.
that is true. I gave the box of shit to my cousin, and I just got the prize.
So my thing about the Reese's peanut butter cups is,
I was going to say, wow,
All right.
where did that
so
go
you know,
from?
all right, you get your classic Reese's peanut butter cups, and then you have the little tiny ones you get in a bag, right? They're wrapped in like a golden foil. And,
Oh, yeah. You
All
peel them. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, now you know they've got.
Good night, Lo Horton.
Good night.
Thank you. We're wrapping this up too. I got to figure out what's going on here.
We got a bag now that there's a bunch of little mini ones in there, individual, right?
Yep.
All right. Now they do taste the same, but am I right that I like peeling off that black wax paper. The way it pulls out of those ridges, like,
yes,
you know what I'm talking about? That's so
is
satisfying.
That's almost an ASMR thing. Like,
yes.
You can do that. Yes, it
and
is.
so
it
you
is.
get this bag, and yeah, it tastes the same, but there's something missing, and I figured it out today. So I was like, I'm gonna see if anybody else
the
thinks
wax paper.
it's missing.
That is. I will say that is satisfying.
That is.
I mean,
that feeling,
yes.
the way it pulls out of there, I love it.
42 is the answer saying, Chris, wrong. Salt and sweet is the bomb. Nah, see, I mean, that's fine if you like it. It don't mix for me. It don't mix for me. But yeah, that was just an example. Yes, Amanda Kane, Starburst, Fiend. Just like I'm a Sundrop Fiend. Hal Sanchez, what's y'all's favorite cereal? We actually answered you before.
I'm Golden Grams.
I got so many.
And I've turned into a mixer the older I get. I
Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
I mean, I
mixed
like
with
Lucky
Golden
Charms.
Grams.
I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I like
love
Cocoa Puff. I mean, not
Lucky
Cocoa
Charms
Puff.
too. You're right.
Count Chocula. What's his name?
Yes.
The damn it.
Frankenberry. And
Yes.
Blueberry. And
I love all that shit, man. Yep, I do. Okay. Let's see. Catherine, thank you for the super chat. Can you answer Gretchen's Q&A? I did not. What did I miss? Where's
very
Gretchen's?
cool. Thank you both.
Thank you, Gretchen. But I don't see. Is it in the chat? Was it? Did I miss one? Let me check things here. My phone is buzzing in my pocket. I don't know what's going on. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you're talking about in the regular chat. Gretchen, can you repost? Is this it? Gretchen, here's a twist. Okay, so Gretchen's saying, here's a twist. Brand sees the... Damn it, I'm losing it. Let me check this. Okay. All right, here we go. Gretchen, here's a twist. Brand sees the future of John and Danny's child. This child, being born of close relatives, is as deranged as Danny's father. They create Lightbringer by killing the child. That's twisted. Ooh, that is twisted. I'll just say I wouldn't think so. I don't think he would end it that way because I think the child will be born after the war. Wow, yeah. You know what I mean? Yep. So then there's no reason to create Lightbringer and all that. And yeah, that would be twisted for sure though. And you know what? That's not past Germ either. I wouldn't put that past Germ.
Right.
But I think with Danny at least, even though they are technically the same bloodline, but also John is half Stark, so that would kind of prevent, I would hope, and there would be less of a chance.
Exactly.
For them to be some issue with the child. So I wouldn't think he would end on a child being deranged or whatever, because you wouldn't know. You'd have to see into the future. You know what I mean? To see how his personality, her personality, right. Or their personality, if it's twins or something.
True.
So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think so, but you're damn right. That would be a twisted thing. But I do think that we'll see the child after the war. I don't think we're going to see that pregnant Danny shut up in Winterfell, bedridden, and then while this war is going on. I think she's got to be out there being a badass on a dragon.
I think you're 100% right.
Yep, so, think so. All right, and let me triple check everything. Is that what Gretchen? I hope that's the right one because it didn't say Q&A, but it was a statement, so I want to make sure. And Caden, I didn't see a question, so I think we're good there. And Patreon, I'm gonna have to. Let's see. Oh, okay. Hans is just giving him his favorite cereals. Fruity Pebbles, exactly. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Chocolate PB, all that good stuff. So thank you, Hans. Thank you, Patreon people. Really appreciate it. And I think we're good.
Oh my God. I'm glad we talked about this. You know what I got in there? I don't even know if I shared it with you. I got Cookie Crisp.
What?
And
oh no,
that's a good cereal.
Oh, she's
I got a
hiding
big
it.
box. We need to eat some of that when we get off of here.
Yeah, he's hiding it. Look at there.
Cookie Crisp. Man,
but thank you, Hans. We see all your favorite cereals. Very cool. Okay. All right. So I think we're caught up. I just wanted to make sure that was the right one that Gretchen had. I'll end it on this one here. Mama Ogre. Q&A. What do you think about the Night King still wanting Little Sam, since Little Sam is Crasher's 100th son and should have been given to the others? Okay, I do think that they would take him if they found him. Obviously, a White Walker did come after him, but they were already active, so I don't think that's the primary motivation. So I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Side thing, yeah.
It is kind of a side thing. You know, if they see him, fine. I just don't think that there's any magic in the number 100 or the 1,000 for that matter about like the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it seems like it could be because it sounds good,
mm-hmm.
but what's 100 got to do with anything? You know what I mean? We don't really know because here's the thing: there was 99 kids before him. We only see 14 total.
Yeah, I know.
Including the Night King. So it's like a coven with 13 plus 13 not including him. Three of them's died now. So I just don't see that as a big deal as far as the 100th thing.
Unless he's getting ready to unleash them on us. That they've been somewhere else. I mean,
yeah,
you know maybe
hey, that's true. You know, maybe we only see those. You know, well, the reason we saw those was at the Land of Always Winter when they turned the baby. So it's like you know what I mean? That should have been all of them. It's like a ceremony.
A ceremony, yeah.
So you saw, maybe there were a whole circle, but we didn't see that. Yeah. So we'll see.
And we've yet to see any more than that at that ceremony. So it leads you to believe that's all of them.
It leads you, right. So and we have even less information in the book. So we just don't know.
Amanda Kane, I'm eating Cadbury cream eggs like it's my job.
Yeah, damn. Oh, shit. All right, so we'll get out of here. Thank you guys so much. I think we're caught up on everything. I think we... Catherine, thank you. Again, another super chat right there, but I don't see a question, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
I guess we got the right one that Gretchen had, so hopefully we didn't miss anything. And tried to grab as many as we can from the regular chat as well, so... wait. Here's Caden's. Okay, I'm glad I see this. Thank you, Carol. So Caden did this.
Cool.
Yes. So Caden did mean to have a question.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you, Caden Brown, and thank you, Carol, for grabbing that. What is the possibility of the Golden Company has already heard Danny and joined her forces in Essos? You know what? It's possible that they because there's still Dario and the Second Sons, and that is true. They could come over on Euron's ship and then boom. You know what I mean?
Right there. How cool would that be?
That would be cool. But I almost think that would be...
him out of the way.
Yeah, it'd be too easy to get rid of Cersei and Euron that quick. And then, I don't know, because I do think there's this almost coexistence with Cersei and the Night King. But
oh, yeah.
But that would be very cool. So, yes, that is very possible, Caden.
If his plan is to get Cersei out of the way so we can have this big rest of the season, that would be a way to pull it off.
Here's one thing I will say, though. So they could meet the Second Sons. The Stone Crows were not in the show. They were a book thing that was involved too. They could meet them, but they would not know the current standing of events in Westeros necessarily. Because she came over and didn't hear anything about White Walkers until Jon showed up.
True.
So if that's the case,
good thinking. Yeah.
But now if they just want to follow a Targaryen for the show and not include the Blackfyre stuff, they could go ahead and plan to break that contract. Just get over there. They're led into King's Landing.
Yeah.
Openly, just like going back to almost like, and it would be kind of poetic now to think about it. Like Tywin did to the Mad King.
Dude, it would be, wouldn't it?
They walk up in there. That's good, Caden. That's good. It could happen.
You got his gears turning.
Yeah, exactly. Something will come of that maybe. I don't know, but I just don't think they would know the details. But then again, if it's a chance to follow the Targaryen and they kind of push the Blackfyre stuff aside for the show, it's a good opportunity. So anyway, that's a good thought. Good thought. Glad we got your question there. So thank you, Caden and Catherine and Carol for grabbing that. So, Fractured James opened a Steam account so I can gift him Where the Waters Taste Like Wine. Oh, I mean the game. Yeah, he's allergic to video games. He's allergic to them. I wanted to play Dead by Daylight. You talking about
I actually mentioned it, didn't I?
You did.
So I'm thinking about trying.
Yeah, because that would be a funny stream. That would be a funny stream. Him screaming.
He used to like to play so I could watch because I had panic attacks watching him play.
Yes. Oh Lord, now it's nothing. Now you'd be fine after you used to heartbeat. You'd be fine. Yeah. This was not, but yeah, she's saying it's not. It's not like that. It's no violence. It's about stories.
Cool.
So yeah, that sounds like a fun game.
So she can gift me.
Yeah, she can gift you that game if you have a.
Oh, I thought it was just some cool saying. She was going to gift me.
No. Actually, gift you a game. They send you a game that
tastes like wine. This sounded so poetic and cool. I was like, I like the way she writes.
Oh Lord. Okay. So anyway, we'll get out of here. We went past time, but thank you everybody. Really appreciate it. Thank you, mods, as always. I know some of you guys have already disappeared, but thank you for grabbing questions and telling people to subscribe and like and grabbing all that stuff. Man. Really appreciate it. These guys don't have to do that. They just do it because they like to help out the channel and they really appreciate it. So thank you guys. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'm glad you guys enjoy these. We'll work on. We'll think about the Twitch thing versus YouTube and see. I'll crunch the numbers again and see. But either way, follow me on Twitch if you want to already. I already game there and we hang out and chat. It don't matter what we're doing really, but
he beats us.
What?
Carol says you beat him.
Don't tell nobody. I'm trying to pretend I'm nice and shit. Damn. Yeah. They're in the basement down here, actually. They're all locked up, and we do take them water on occasion and dog food. No. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. But thank you to everybody. Thank you to all the new subscribers and all the super chats and the donations for Con of Thrones through Streamlabs. All that. Really appreciate it. We would do this without any donation whatsoever. It makes our nights better, especially when we're in a little, lull.
Yes.
Thank you, Roger Pitts, for the super chat. Have a drink for me in Dallas. Thank you, Roger. We'll certainly do it. So, anyway, guys, we'll let you. We'll do another. Follow me on Twitch and all that, and Twitter, and like the Facebook page, because anything that changes with the live streams on Sundays, I'll announce there, or we'll have to do another stream to kind of say, okay, here's what we're doing, if we decide to go that route.
That's right.
But again, remember, Twitch is free. You don't have to subscribe there if you don't want to, but you can just follow for free, just like a subscription on YouTube, and then we could do the same thing. So it's a free account. It's just to sign up, and it takes 2 minutes. You could follow there. So we may do that. We'll see, but I'll let you guys know for sure. Again, congrats to the winners, Brittany Stapish and Ricky Gerard. Again, send me a message on the back end of the YouTube channel. Just a reminder again, go to the About section and click Send Message, and I'll check for it there. First come, first serve. Pick those, and James is throwing in a tie-dye shirt.
Yes.
So put in sizes and you're saying colors, like color ideas, I guess, if you want one. So anyway, guys,
well, if you want a game used one, just let me know. And
I'll
send you one of them.
Yeah, you can do that too. So. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Have a good week. Have a safe week, and we'll see you next time.